but some of the schools felt there was an unfair advantage because they could get them because there were no boundaries, districts, and so on and so forth.
It's true. Damien moved into the Sierra League after the 1997 season, after they left the Baseline League. And Chino, of course, they've been in the Baseline League since the beginning of the 1988 season. And Chino, as they bust through the paper here and take the field, they've had a very healthy year. So has Damien. They've had both of these squads have been very, very fortunate, and that they have avoided injury problems this year. And of course, that's the luck of the draw. And that's a good thing. The Chino Cowboys, again, both these schools only played 9 regular season games. They both had their Week 2 games canceled because of delays and problems with scheduling with the unfortunate terrorist attacks in New York. So Damien comes in this game with a 500 record of 5-5, including their playoff win last week. Chino comes in with a perfect 10-0 record with their playoff win over Downey. They really waxed them hard. That was a home game for them in the first round game. They are 10-0. But the Damien Spartans, even though they're 5-5, this is a school that's played a lot of good programs. They've played a lot of tough schools in the pre-league. We'll get into the schedule here in a minute. And by no means are the Chino Cowboys going to be overlooking these guys thinking they're a pushover team. They're in for a football game tonight. These are schools that met every year for many, many seasons up till '97. And Chino, undefeated or not, they'll be challenged tonight.
Yeah, they're going to go to the national anthem.
And we will pause and take a break here for the national anthem.
Off there for a minute, you tell them no. Football coaches and football players do not get Thanksgiving off, and then they get a little turkey in the afternoon. They sleep late and come out to a football game the next day.
Well, Damien High School, they would like to put Chino in passing situations. Chino hasn't thrown the ball all that much this year, although they're pretty good at it when they do it. But again, Coach Monger, head coach of the Chino Cowboys, has not taken these guys lightly. He says they played a tough schedule again with Bishop Amat. Sherman Oaks, Notre Dame High School out of Sherman Oaks. They are probably the biggest team we've seen this year. And folks, this game is underway as Chino's kicking off to Damien, and it bounces in the end zone. And Coach, that's one of those rules in high school I would like to see changed. It's football, man. I would love to see the ball be able to run out of the end zone.
You're absolutely right. That's one thing that really burns me up is ball just crosses that line and play is dead. I mean, heck, let these guys, let the coaches get upset like I get upset at my guys when we bring it out from 10 yards deep. I mean, you don't want that, but hey, that's a rule. Let them play football, like you said.
Last time that the Chino or the Damien Spartans won a league championship was 1995, and in fact they shared the CIF, or I should say the Baseline League championship with the Chino that year. They were both 4-1 on the Baseline League. All right, first down, 10 yards to go. Damien football at their own 20 strong side, right side. Split backfield they come. As lefty quarterback rolls out, puts it up. Oh, batted away very nicely by Chino's number 25. Got a hand on that one Paul Jimenez, and this guy's been a standout defensive back for him all season, in the right place at the right time on that one. This kid has got 3 interceptions on the season. He's also the tackles leader. This guy's also, last week, he ran back a fumble. He did not force a fumble, but he ran back a fumble for 25 yards last week against Downey. Had an excellent game. He is one of their all-stars on defense without question.
Yeah, one of those common plays, play action on the first play. They want to get out. They want to get a 10-yard gain, do a little play action, a little drag play, and does a great defensive play there.
Lefty quarterback Nick Davila, he's had a decent season for him. I formation they come this time. Second down and 10 at their own 20. One receiver to his left side. 3-step drop, puts it up a little low. I don't think it's caught.
Yeah, it looks like
might have been trapped. Actually, it is caught low, but made a grab nicely made there by A.J. Herrera. Wide receiver 5'9", 160 pounds, kind of light, but gets the job done there. He's a senior, makes a nice catch. Gets a few yards, about maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, they're coming out trying to throw it a little bit, trying to loosen up the secondary, maybe get them, they probably feel Chino's a pretty good defensively a run team, and they're going to try to loosen them up a little bit there and come in with the run later.
Herrera's a returning starter from last year. He's also an honor roll student. Third down and a long 5 yards to go. 3 receivers are in, one to the short side, the left side. Flags are thrown and whistles are blown. We've got a dead ball foul on the field. Looked like maybe somebody on the left side of the line just might have moved before the ball was snapped.
Yeah, it looks like they were going to bring, we call that kind of a dog's blitz. Both blitz guys off the edge there defensively were going to come and probably startle defensive end or something, or offensive tackle, I mean. And
actually offsides against Chino.
Oh, they got a little anxious there.
So I thought I saw some movement, but I guess I was mistaken. So that gets them third down and let's see, they need about 2 yards to go for first down. Left tackle is Jace Javera. He's a senior. He played in 2000. The Damien front line, Mike Miles, he's a junior. He's an honorable student. Center is Justin Magalini. He's a junior. He's a JV player in 2000. Josh Smith is a junior. He's a right guard. And the right tackle is Connor O'Brien, honorable student. Down the middle they go. Plugged up and flattened there by a lot of guys on the defense for Chino. Maybe a yard or two. Might have been short of the first down. As it was, let's see here, carried by, couldn't quite see, it's number 32. 32 for the Damien Spartans there. Chris Seals, running back, 6 foot, 180-pound junior. Damien lost a lot of guys that started last year to graduation. They did not make the playoffs in 2000, but they are a very junior-rich squad. They don't have that many seniors this season.
What great momentum to get a first down on their first drive. They just need to keep that up. That looks pretty good.
They got it. First and 10 at the 31, just past the 30-yard line. I formation. They come again. Low, a little bit of movement over the up back. As even as a backfield guy, an offensive back, you can't move before the ball is snapped unless you're going to be doing motion.
Right.
Or shifting.
Sometimes, if they do go and if they do jump off sides a little bit, they can put themselves in motion. But sometimes they really don't think of that. They kind of get a little disgusted themselves. Chino, they're changing up their coverages a lot. If they're going to pass right now, they're going to change up their coverage. They've been in the cover 2, they've been in the cover 3, so they're going to keep changing things up. So this will be an exciting game.
False start against Damien Spartans. They are head coached by Mark Pascarella, also an on-campus man. He's been here since the beginning of the 1998 season. Before that, he coached 8 years as a head coach at Ayala High School, the public high school that's also in this very tough Sierra League, who won the league this season. And he is here. He's an on-campus coach here at Damien. He was selected by Father Travers after Coach Dick Larson, who's been here since 1975, had retired. Up back, takes the carry. Look out, thunders his way down, close to a first down, but short of it. Hit him hard, hit him low, and about to let him go. As Chino's, let's see here, number 56 catches up to the ball carrier. The ball carrier, Ian Johnson, 56 for Chino, slams him to the ground and hard. Ken Williams, linebacker, he's a junior, but not before the damage is done as he rolls his way down to about the 38, 39-yard line, a gain of about 6. Look out.
Yeah, that's a great play there. I mean, they expected a pass. What they did, loosen up their defense, and sure enough, they ran the draw on them. Great play.
Capacity crowd, loud crowd here. Second round of playoffs, actually got about 7 yards. 2nd and 3 from their own 39 for Damien. 3 receivers are in there. They go to the one receiver side. He's got, man! Hit him right in the numbers. Oh, man, maybe that pass had a little bit too much oomph on it. Intended receiver there was Matt Mendrun. He is a receiver. He's a junior. Coach, what happened on that one? Hit him almost right where it's supposed to be.
Well, I'll tell you, they had loose coverage on the defense. All they did is a 6-yard hitch, it's a three-step drop, and sure enough, you're right, it hit him right on the hands.
Nick Davila and wide receiver A.J. Herrera, they connected last week 10 times for 184 yards against the Mission Viejo of Trabuco Hills High School out of Mission Viejo. They beat them 14-7 their first round game, and they had a successful first round out. Wing back to the right side, he goes in motion. 2 receivers to the short side, the left, and we got flags. We have flags literally littering the field, and we got some undisciplined football going on down there right now as the carry by Ian Johnson is not allowed to develop. They got to calm down and get the jitters out of the way. We have an offsides call against the Chino Cowboys. And this is uncharacteristic for Chino. Their defensive coordinator is Pete Miranda. He says, you got to be fast, and you cannot be a dummy to play on my defense. Well, they're not looking too bright right now, but they got to calm themselves down. This is a talented defense. They've only given up, folks, 90 points this season, this defense has. And about 2/3 of those points, Coach, have come when the reserves have been on the field because they've had so many blowout victories this season.
Right, geez, they just caught them on their heels right there. One thing about offense and defense in high school, if you just cross the plane, you're going to be offsides in high school, and that kind of...
You can't line up with the neutral zone. A little bit of shifting in the backfield. 2 short slot receivers on the left side. Pass is complete underneath. It's caught. Good, hard, clean hit there by Chino's number 2, Tim Cronowiter. Cronowiter blasts into a Matt Mendrun, and Matt gets a hard errand, maybe about 4 or 5 yards. He's out to just about midfield, so Damien taking it out in small chunks here and there. A good methodical drive here, Coach.
Definitely.
Decent.
They're taking it. They're really doing a great job against this Chino defense. They're running, they're passing, they're making them jump off sides. They've got a great, complete game plan going on right now. They just got to keep this momentum alive, and heck, who knows where they'll be here in a few moments here.
Well, they're looking at 2nd down and a long 5 yards to go. Similar formation, I formation this time they come. Strong side is the right. Drops back, but it's a draw play. Look out, he's got some room downfield. He's got the first down and scampers for more. Look out. Takes two guys to bring him down as he thunders his way all the way down to the 36-yard line. What a dash. Carried there by, it looked like number 32, as that was Chris Seals. Sealed their fate on that one. What a nice roll.
Yeah, that's just a great play. They've already ran it one time for that third down conversion. What they're doing is they're kind of pushing those guys up. They're influencing. Here you go. Look how they influence and takes the ball and just goes. Everyone rushes upfield. It's kind of like a delay screen, you know, but you're just giving it a handoff.
All the linemen were too far deep before they knew exactly what was going on. It was a good drop back there by quarterback Davila. He did a nice job at making him think maybe he was going to throw the football. All right, 1st and 10, about a 13-yard gain. They are in Chino territory at the 36. Look out, 3-step drop, puts it up, it's complete. Oh man, he gets absolutely level, but he hangs on the football. Nice catch there in traffic by big number 84, Kyle Lawrence, the man with 2 first names, tight end, 6'1", 200 pounds. He got knocked though. He paid the price, but he hung on the football, and that's what a big tight end is for. He's got good hands and good concentration. Nice play.
Those linebackers are kind of crowding the line of scrimmage, so when they got that. When they're crowding that line of scrimmage, it gives that little outlet for that tight end pass there. That was a great call.
About 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 at the Chino 27. I formation they come.
There it is.
Tight end to the right side. They go down the middle. Oh, look out. Keeps his feet moving a harder than 1 yard there as they unpile the pile. A couple guys involved in the stop for the Chino Cowboys, about 3 or 4 of them in all. As the main perpetrator in the play there looked like to be number 34. And 99 is Angelo Tusitala, and 34, Chris Cordero. Chris Cordero is a linebacker. He is a senior.
Great job. They're just going to pound it in that situation, obviously. I mean, you got 2nd down, you got 2 downs to get about 2 yards. They're just going to run it right up the gut, which they did. It was good.
1st down and 10 yards to go. Ball's at the Chino 25. They got about 2 or 3 yards there. Tight end on the right side, wing to the right. Short receiver on the left. Interesting formations. Oh, man! Oh, man, did he get popped? I think the ball popped loose, too. A thundering blow there. He never saw him coming, as this is a lefty quarterback, and of course his blind side is the right side, which is not the usual thing. Ryan Aker puts the ache on Davila. Wow, what a thundering sack. He went down hard.
Yeah, it looks like the backside protection kind of, backside, there you go, tight end release. The tackle is supposed to step out one gap. Sure enough, he got his eyes locked in inside. Here comes the big guy on the edge and just knocks him out. Great defensive blitz there.
Ryan Aker, strong side defensive tackle. He's got 6 sacks on the season this year. That's his 7th. This kid was all CIF last season, and this guy has been a major leader for them this season and last, actually. 2nd down and 15 after the 5-yard loss.
Big play right there.
Single back set, tight end to the left. They roll left. Can't escape the grass. Down he goes, as that sack was made by number 49, Cedric Ellis. Cedric is a defensive lineman. He is a junior, and he makes a nice 2 sacks in a row as the Damien Spartans had some momentum going. Suddenly it's neutralized. Look out. This has been an interesting game so far.
Yeah, when the defensive ends can start playing a big part in the pass rush, it can terrorize any offense. And sure enough, that's what we're seeing right now, is the defensive line's kind of stepping up. They're taking on these guys one-on-one. They're getting through, and hey, when you got defensive linemen coming in and making big plays like that, it's easy to play defense.
Cedric Ellis, he's a top CIF lineman. Everybody is after this kid. The Nebraska, all the Pac-10 schools, University of Florida came out to see him in the preseason practices. Some of the Big Ten schools know about him. He was all-state as a defensive lineman as a sophomore back in 1999. Puts it up, a little slant in, it's caught. He's got some room to run with. Look out, down the middle they go. Still on his feet. Oh, wow, he glides his way all the way inside the 25. A nice catch and run there by number 32, Chris Seals, and coach did an excellent job of catching that ball and weaving his way, bobbing and weaving his way in traffic.
Yeah, we just call that like a jailbreak screen. When he gets it, his defensive lineman, this guy, they should be pushing up deep on those guys in white, but yeah, that's a great play. 3rd down, we like the screens.
Ruben Munoz, defensive back, he's a senior, made the stop there short of the 1st down, and Damien catch their thoughts and catch their breath. They call a timeout here with 4:49 here in the 1st quarter. We are scoreless. And this has been the only possession of the football game here so far. Chino is not used to having their defense on the field for long periods of time like this. This is not their kind of football game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's 2 different phases to a football game plan. One phase is obviously you want your offense to go down and score, but if you can keep your offense on the field for, what have they been out there for, almost 5.5, 6 minutes, that's it, or actually more than that. What do they got, 7 minutes there? That's huge because that means their offense, Chino's offense, cannot get on the field. It's a whole different game plan. I mean, good teams, if Chino, they're obviously a high-scoring team, they can put some points on the board. What a great way to do this than to keep them from being on the field offensively. So
little history of Chino and John Mager, the head coach of Chino. He's been the head coach of Chino since 1987. Came over from Don Lugo after the 1986 season. He was at Lugo when it opened in 1972. He won a CIF championship, or his team did, in 1979, I believe it was. As far as his tenure here at Chino, Chino, of course, won the Baseline League this year, was undefeated in the Baseline League, and that was their 5th Baseline League title in the last 7 years. 1995 was the first, and they tied with the Damien Spartans. And they've been in the playoffs every year in the 90s except 1999, where they finished in 4th place and still had a winning record that year, 6-3-1. Almost made it as the at-large team, or what's better known as a wild card. They were not there. 4th and 8. As flags go down.
They're going to get 4th and about 3 now. It looks like the defense jumped off sides there.
A little bit of jumping, and folks, you got to calm those playoff jitters there. Got to calm those playoff jitters a little bit.
There it is. What a break! What a break! I mean, now instead of having to go for a pass, geez, now they got 3 yards. They could pass, run, pitch. Anything in their playbook.
They're probably already in field goal range. Again, it's 4th down, so you might see the kicker take the field. And I think that let's see who's on the field, number 2 and number 11 there. Let's see who's
choose a linebacker.
No, they're going for it formation.
Yeah,
their drive has been aided by about 3 Chino penalties here. 3 receivers are in, 2 to the left of Davila.
Timeout.
And what else is new, folks? We got whistles, but no flags.
Timeout on Chino there.
Yep, Chino Cowboys call their timeout. They want to regroup defensively as Coach Pete Morandi walks off the field to talk to his troops. Coach Morandi has got quite a history here in the, as you see him on the, talking to his troops right now, he's got quite a history here in the Southland, I should say, in the Inland Valley. He was an assistant for a few years back under Coach Bob Byers. He's now here at Damien as a freshman head coach, retired teacher. He does some work here part-time for Damien High School. He's Catholic. And he was an assistant under Bob Baez when they won the CIF championships back-to-back, 1984, 1985. At Claremont, when they won the 85 championship, beat the Damien Spartans 37-22 at Citrus College way back in December of 85. Went on to Upland High School, head coach there for from 85 to 91. Had a disagreement with the principal, a political situation. He took the classy route and bowed his way out. Was out of football in 1992, and he says, John Mager called me up and made an offer I couldn't refuse. He says he went to the first round of playoffs every year, wanted to take it to the next step beyond. He gave me the reins and took me to take over the defense. He's never looked back since. He says, I've had offers to be head coaches elsewhere during my tenure. He says, I don't always think that the grass is greener on the other side. I love it here at Chino, the whole situation. 4th down, they go to skyward. Oh, it's caught there. His knee is not down. He's got the football. Catch is made, the tackle's made. He's near first down. I think he's got it. As 24 makes the grab, A.J. Herrera, and he's knocked to the ground by Jim Willis, number 24. The brothers 24, enough for a first down, I think. They needed 4 yards. They're going to maybe measure here. The ball is spotted at they're near a first down. Yep, now they're going to bring out the sticks here, Coach.
They're real close there. I mean, all they did, obviously, they did a little hitch route. Same route that they got a big 3rd down on a little while ago, and they played a little loose, but boy, the DB really collapsed hard on that. It's going to be real close here.
Chino Cowboy defense. First down, Damien Spartans. First down around the 15-yard line. Chino defense, this is a tough defense, folks. This is a defense that brings in and out a bunch of different guys. They have a lot of depth. Coach Morandi, defensive coordinator, Coach Morandi was telling me, Coach Emerson, he says, hey, because you know what, there's no shame in being tired. You're working your rear end off for 5 or 6 plays, take a breather coming out. They bring about 18, 19 different guys out in that defense, and they keep their men fresh.
Definitely. I mean, and I'll tell you right now, I mean, geez, Damien is just doing a great job, and their morale is up. They can feel they're in this game right now.
Strong side right, 2 receivers to the short side, the right side. I formation they come, first down and 10 yards to go from the 14. Down the middle, spun around. Look out, looks like the ball pop. No, he's still on his feet. Gets past the first way, the second way finally smothering, but not before he's inside the 5-yard line. What a nice run there. Wow, they finally got clobbered there by Chris Cordero, amongst others. Actually, they're inside the 5. Yeah, they got actually more than 10 yards on that play.
Oh, yeah, just did like a reverse ISO there, and sure enough, what a scamper. The guy just is all over the field.
Chris Seals, this kid, he does an excellent job at just knowing where to move and move quickly and you know, knowing guys are coming right on top of him. Excellent job. Got 12 yards, folks. Or actually, you got 8 yards, pardon me. It's 2nd and 2 at the 6. I formation they come. As this is Seals off to the right side. Not as much room this time as he just gets crushed there by a couple guys. 25 and 46, 25 for Chino. Paul Jimenez, 46s. Jason Smart with 2 T's. Makes a smart play on that play. He's a senior linebacker. Maybe a yard was gained, and Chino's got to toughen up. They have got their backs against their own goal line here.
Yeah, that was basically the same play. They figured, hey, they got 8 yards off of it. Let's go right back to it. Not a lot of coaches do that. I like that call. I mean, now they got 3rd down. See what they come out with.
Well, field goal, touchdown, or even turn the ball over. You got to be happy possessing the ball this long if you're Mark Pasquarella. Mark Pasquarella, head coach of Damien's, also his own offensive coordinator, as is Chino's John Monger. 3rd down and goal, or pardon me, 3rd and 2 from the 6. This is Seals, and Seals can't quite break the seal. He gets knocked back. What excellent defensive penetration there on Chino in white and blue. 62 and a couple other guys involved in the stop. Excellent job of committee tackling there. Here you see it again.
Yeah, they got 8 guys at the line of scrimmage right there.
One guy lost his helmet. The first guy to put the crunch on to really kind of slow him, and the rest came in for the kill. Give some credit. Give a gold star to Ken Williams. He's a linebacker. He's a junior. The rest of the guys, including, there were a couple guys, but Jim Willis also came in to help make the stop. But again, the first guy to initially slow him. Excellent job by Ken Williams. So they got 1 yard on it. Again, they're looking at 4th down. That's about the 3rd 4th down situation here, Kevin, that Damien's facing, and they're in field goal range already, but they might go for it.
Yeah, I think they're going to go. I mean, they're thinking, hey, let's take control of this game. You know, they're not going to leave it to the foot of the kicker right now. It's 0-0. What the heck? You know,
probably going to do a long count. Strong side right. This is playoff football. I formation, split receivers. Oh, and Chino steps offside. Oh my. 34, Chris Cordero, very unlike him. You know, penalties have not been a problem really for either of these two squads. And I guess you could say it's just Cowboy playoff jitters. I don't know. This is very unlike them.
Well, I'll tell you, they've ran 3 plays so far. They ran a draw, they ran an ISO, and it seems like they run the offside play. And sure enough, they got him 3 times. You know, we teach those guys, you know, the defensive line, hey, you've got to watch that ball, and you can't get, you know, you cannot anticipate the snap of the ball. You have to watch it. When it moves, you move.
Well, 1st and goal.
Look for some runs here.
1st and goal, just outside the 1. Damien Spartans have already chewed up 10 minutes on this drive, folks. This is unreal. This is Seals, and Seals kind of knocks into his guy there. As he crashed the goal line, he's there, and he's in. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Chris Seals, and that comes, folks, with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining here in the 1st quarter. What a drive. And give some serious credit to that Damien team. It was a very well-coached drive because, again, they took some long counts, showed some faith in their kids on some 4th down situations, and came out smelling like a rose on this drive. Wow, that was hard-earned all the way.
Yeah, that's just a power play right to the left side, left-off tackle power play, and sure enough, boy, hey, they're saying we're not afraid of you, Chino. We're going to come right at you, and power to them. It was a great play and great determination on that drive.
Kick is no good. They missed the kick, folks, as it does not connect, so Chino will have to settle for a 6-0 lead, or pardon me, Damien will have to settle for a 6-0 lead here at Chino on their home field. And Chino Cowboys, like I said, they've had a lot of success, so has Damien. Damien, let's see here, league champions going back in all the leagues they've been in through the history of football, 1964, 69, 75, 76, 77, 82, 85, 86, 87, 1992, and 1995. Again, Dick Larson coached him from 1975 through 1997. He's an old teacher from this school. He taught grammar and English class since retired. Now living in Minnesota. And Damien's high school's overall record in 33 years of football, 267 wins, 145 losses, and 10 ties.
Boy, that might be one of the nicest offensive drives I have seen in a long time.
That was something.
Because, I mean, to run off 10 minutes of the clock and Chino's haven't even touched the ball. I mean, what a great opening for this Damien school. I mean, what a desire down there inside the 3-yard line to punch that in. Here's a little pooch kick.
Short kick here. Taken by a deep man, but he has to come up to get it. Good run here. Good return. He's out across the 40. High steps it all the way down to 43. Good return there. As on the crunch there was Joey Rios, who was defensive lineman and tight end playing some special teams there. He's 5'10", 225 pounds. That's a pretty big kid for that height as a sophomore. As a good return by Chino, so excellent field position on their first possession. Wow.
Yeah, boy, Chino's going to be out here. Obviously, they're going to try to answer here. I mean, their offense needs to step up to show this defense they can do something as well.
I formation they come. On a scamper here. Look out of the backfield. Pushes forward for about a few yards there. That was X-Spray Olomo, and Olomo is their rushing leader this season. He's had a very good year for the Chino Cowboys. Olomo is at 1,422 yards coming into this game.
Yeah, they just ran a little power off to the right side. They're the same play that the other that Damien scored on, actually just here in the middle of the field.
2nd down and 6, 4 yards were gained from the 45-yard line of their own. Oh man, a good hard clean hit there. He got knocked. Olomo got blasted to the ground there. Hit him hard, hit him low, wasn't about to let him go. Kurt Hansen, who was a defensive back, 5'9", 175-pound senior, rushed in there and got there. And Hansen's one of the team captains. He shows his leadership on that play.
Yeah, he came up and popped and put a good tackle, just got a hold of one of those legs and corralled him down.
So they got 1 extra yard here. 3rd down and 5 yards to go. A likely passing situation. Split receivers, I formation for Damien at their own 45-yard line. Tight end shift from the right to the left. Little time here. They go. They flip it. It's caught. Nice catch. Look out. He's on his feet still. Thunders is all the way down to about the 30-yard line. Nice grab there. Wow. Number 84, DeAndre Patton, I believe, made the grab.
Boy, that's what you look for in a wide receiver, a guy that can make a hitch and then turn it into a 30-yard play. That's great football there, and you always look for a guy who can break that first tackle.
My mistake, Chris McFoy. Chris McFoy, number 82, made that catch, and of course he's their leading receiver, just under 700 yards on the season. Made a nice grab, absorbed a hit, and he got about 33 yards on that play. Coach, a nice job. Deep into Damien territory already at the 27, 26, about the 28, 9-yard line, pardon me. Wing to the right, Olomo tries to go that side. Oh, and he is racked up. And once again, the second stop, Kurt Hansen on Olomo, as he's got his number. They got each other's number, 20, as he might have gotten 1 yard in a scamper. It was harder. Olomo's kind of got that low center of gravity. He's a small guy. Don't have any heights or weights on him, but he's a junior. And I'm going to stab a guess and say he's about 5'7", 5'8", maybe 150 pounds. He's small, but he's one of those like scatback types that's hard to see sometimes.
Oh, man, he just rolled out of that thing. He almost didn't even go down. He started to fall and put his hand down and almost ran right out of it. Unbelievable. And
that's the end of the first quarter as he sees the situation on the board. Let's go in a little bit of CIF history here for the Chino Cowboys. 1995 reached the semifinals, lost to the league rival Upland, who's still alive in the Division II playoffs here right now. 1996, Chino went 10-2-1, lost to Centennial Corona in the 3rd round, and that was a season in which they played one of the most thrilling football games in CIF football history, a home game. This very week, the 2nd round of the playoffs, in which they beat Rancho Cucamonga. I don't forget the final score, but it was a come-from-behind victory, in which I believe they took them to overtime and won. 1997, they went 13-1 and beat North High School out of Riverside for a CIF championship. In 1998, went 13-1 again, but lost to Diamond Bar in the final, 21-19. In that game, they missed a 2-point conversion. 1999, they missed the playoffs, 4th place school of the Baseline League, and last year lost in the final to Upland by the score of 26-10. They went 12-2 last season. Of course, there are only 2 losses last season to Upland, but Upland graduated a lot of guys, and Chino's now the upper end district of the Baseline League. This is McFoy in a reverse. Look out! Plenty of room on the outside. He's still on his feet. He's going to go all the way. He's in. No flags. Touchdown. And it only takes about 2 minutes for Chino to answer back. And this McFoy kid, Coach, he's got 6 touchdowns on the year, and he had one previously this season on a reverse play like that. It ran for about 80 yards. He only needed about 29, 30 yards on that play, but he went untouched in the end zone. Some good blocking help. Touchdown. Right now it is tied at 6.
Yeah, they just did a reverse counter, actually. They pulled their backside guard and tackle and just blew it out. The backside defensive end crashed down, and they just logged it, we call it, which means turning into a sweep. And he ran to daylight into the end zone.
Chino can take the lead right here. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. A little bit of a high snap. The kick is a little bit low, but it is good. Yes, it is. And it connects, and the Chino Cowboys are up right now 7-6 with 11 minutes and 52 seconds here remaining in the 2nd quarter. Quick strike offense versus a churn it out. So far what we've seen, this is a contrast of majorly different styles, at least so far.
Exactly. I mean, yes, thus far. I mean, you got a team that put around 15 plays together for a touchdown. You got one that just said, hey, we're gonna pop it on you real quick. Sure enough, about 6-7 plays, and they're in the end zone. But either way, it's still a good game and a good defensive battle,
Chino, they're one of the smaller schools in Division II. To give you an idea, a lot of the Mount Ball League schools out of Rancho Cucamonga average about 3,500 students, like Rancho Cucamonga High, Etowanda, Altaloma, and they're still alive in the playoffs. Chino, again, is only about 2,500 for a public school. That's kind of small in this division. Tonight they have 96 kids suited. They regularly carry 76 guys. And, again, they're number 1 in the Inland Valley, number 4 in the LA Times polls. Chino is. They are plus 14 on turnovers. Like I said, they've had a very healthy season. These guys are averaging three turnovers there per game, averaging 3 turnovers a game going their way. flags are
offsides here.
thrown and whistles are blown before the ball is even hitting the end zone. Somebody might have been offsides there on the kickoff.
Yeah, and that's one thing the referees talked about. They were going to crack down this year is the offsides on the kickoff team. So sure enough, it's kind of like the Halo rule. You know, they pick something each game and they go with it.
Yep. Chino's a member. They are members of old members of the old Hacienda League when it was them. Etowanda, Gary, Bonita, Montclair, Diamond Bar was in there at one time, Ontario, and also Ganesha. So one of the schools came in and one of the schools came out. It was basically a 7-school league. But that was a long time ago before releaguing happened, I think, before the 1992 season. And their last year in that league, 1987, they finished solid second place only to Etowanda for the league championship. And then they joined the Baseline League in 88. All right, so they're kicking off from the 35 this time, being careful, not being offsides. End over end kick. Got some good distance to it, taken near the goal line by Damien's number 2, I believe. Down the field he goes. He gets dropped there near the 20-yard line. Good return there by Ian Johnson. And Ian had a little bit of room, and Chino quickly caught up to him. Good special teams play by the Cowboys. So been an interesting football game. You know, if you're the Damien Spartans, they show a lot of different formations here, Coach. They do a lot of different things. They do them well. Again, we'll get into the season log form here. They are 5-5 coming into this game after their playoff win last week. But again, they've been against some stiff competition. This could be an even game for Chino. It has been so far.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from their own 20. Double wing they come. One receiver to the right side. Davila goes to the air. Look out! Oh, he's got a guy open, but he overthrew him incomplete. Oh man, well overthrown too. It was intended there for A.J. Herrera's favorite target. Is Nick Davila, the junior quarterback. He's 6'3", 180 pounds. Fails to connect, and of course, when you're a receiver, you're not used to too many lefty quarterbacks. That ball spins the other way around.
Yeah, kind of what we ask our quarterbacks to do usually is just put that ball up there, give the receiver a chance. And that time he just got a little excited, threw it downfield. You know, that happens a lot as well. And next time you probably want to put a little bit more air underneath that thing so he can run up under it.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Damien down 7-6. 2 receivers to the weak side, the left side of the quarterback, and a quick slot. Nice gap there, makes the grab. Gets upended on the 31-yard line. Catch is made, though. Ball is on the field, but he had possession of it. A.J. Herrera, Mr. Target himself. Nice catch there as he got hit there, it looked like by Tim Cronawater. Cronawater is a both-way player, receiver, and defensive back. Taking a look at that, Cronawater, I believe.
A little flood play here, and first guy got taken, so he just hits the second guy in the zone there.
Tim Cronawater, who's had a good season for himself. He's got a few interceptions to his credit this season. He's got 3. He's tied for the lead in that department. As actually they've got 9 guys at least 1 interception this season. Chino does. So this is a defense that gets it done as a team without a doubt. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Damien football at their own 31. Kind of a semi-bust play here. Maybe got a couple yards.
Got a little trap play. They just ran a little fullback trap there. What they try to do is get the linebackers out of the box with that motion, and then sure enough, hit it right up the gut. Good
extra yardage in the second effort and kind of gains yards as he falls down. And of course, that's a good sign of any back.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
nice job.
If you get hit, we call it yards after contact. We call it yak yards. And you know, once you get hit, if you can get 3 yards after you've been hit, you're going to be a good back. And we're going to want to give it to you an awful lot.
All right. 2nd down and 8. 2 yards were gained. Damien ball at their own 34. Some last moment shifting here from the right to the left there. Flags go down. Free play here. He gets hit. The ball is released, but let's see what the flag is. Hold the phone, folks.
It's going to be on motion. What happened? That wide receiver went into motion there, and he needs to be set for 2 seconds or a good 1 second count. And what he just stopped, and right when he stopped, the other back went into motion. So they call that illegal shift.
Well, we have a chance here. The coaches of the Damien Spartans, again, Coach Mark Pasquarella, 4th year here at Damien, 8 years again before that at Ayala as head coach. Bill Strikula is the defensive coordinator, as Pasquarella is his own offensive coordinator. Of course, the Strikula family, a very well-known family, football family here in Charter Glendora area. Brian Gray, wide receivers coach. Jason Chavez, he's quarterback. Coach, he's an on-campus man. He's a math teacher. John Carroll, son of Tom Carroll, the former AD, is defensive ends coach and now also the AD. Tom Carroll is an offensive line assistant coach. Roger McCoy is a kicking coach. Tom Tillo, linebackers coach, former player for Pasquarella. Ricky O'Brien, running backs coach. He's a former player as well. Ramon Martinez, a defensive tackles coach, and Danny Boyle, tight ends coach. He's also a former player here at Damien under Pasquarella. Quarterback avoids the rush, but kind of loses his footing. Down he goes, and his knee hits the ground, folks. And coaches, you know, when your knee is down, you are down.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, he went for the big play action. When you see a quarterback dip his head that hard on a play action, they're going for the gusto. They're going for the deep ball. They're trying to get those free safeties and DBs to bite up. Sure enough, he lost his footing and went on down.
Nick Davila, down he goes. Never really got hit, just kind of lost his footing there a little bit. Field is a little bit moist here. We have no wind tonight. It's just a picture postcard perfect night for football. It's clear, it's cool, and you couldn't ask for it any better. We're in the low 60s, maybe high 50s actually, and great night. 4th and 15, they're in punt formation. Has to move to the football to get to a little bit. Punted away, a decent punt. Here taken by Chino's number 2, Tim Cronawater on the return, still on his feet. Look out! Breaks free, he's got open field. One more man to move. Oh, what a great move with the 25. He's in for the end zone. Touchdown, no flags. The field is clean. And that Chino Cowboys use special teams to put themselves up by a touchdown. What a great move there by Tim Cronawater. This guy is not the speediest kid, but what moves? Touchdown!
Oh, man, that's a great... Hey, when your special teams step up and make big plays like that, it's going to be tough to lose a football game. And they're going to have to get back into this thing, Damien, and get some type of momentum themselves. My gosh,
two tackles shaken. Well, look at this move right here. Wow.
Kicker's on the ground right there. He just breezes in. No dump blocks on the back.
Just a slight cut in he made, and off to the races. Tim Cronawater puts his team up 13-6 with the extra point to come. Wow. He's got to get these kicks up just a little bit. He connects, though, but he needs a little bit more rise on those kicks there. It's good. As I think it was Ryan Ritchie, kicker, connects. So the Chino Cowboys, after being controlled for almost the entire first quarter, now in command here, 14-6 with 9 minutes and 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And, man, talk about momentum shifting. We've seen it shift awful quick.
Yeah, you know, you always talk about there's 3 phases to a football game. There's offense, defense, and special teams. And sure enough, the offense has done great for Chino now. Fast strike. Defense held them, and then they forced them to punt. Look what happens with special teams. I mean, Coach Monger's got to be real happy with the squad right now. But Damien, hey, they've got to get the ball back here and see if they can't do something then to offset that.
Well, Damien, president of the Booster Club here for Damien is John Cafferty's been the head of the Booster Club for many, many years. Good man. Saw him before the game started, said hello. It's been a while since I've seen him. And
there they go. Let's see if they stay on side this time. I'm sure they will.
Chino kicks off. Good deep end over and kick. Look, it's going to go to the end zone. Yep, it does. Touchback. No chance to return to free. Ian Johnson will bring it out to the 20. While we have a chance, let's talk to you about the Damien Spartans season. They open up the year losing to Servite High School, a Catholic high school, by a score of 21-14. Played them tough at Cal State Fullerton. The Rancho Cucamonga game here at Damien was canceled. That was to be the first of 4 home games in a row. It was not played because of the September events. One against Canyon Springs, the public high school out of Riverside, 10-7 here at Damien. Lost to Bishop Amat here at Damien. Lost to Notre Dame here at Damien. Lost to Diamond Bar, first league game of the year, 27-0 at Diamond Bar. Parents Night beat Nogales 28-7. Beat Roland away 24-7. One against West Covina, third league one in a row, 30-28 away. On his feet down the middle there.
Great job. They had a blitz coming off the edge there, and that blitzer came off the edge, and he crashed down and actually got in on the play.
To Satala. He creamed him as Ian Johnson got what he could there on that carry. And a loss to Ayala High School. That was for the league's championship, 24, I think, to 10 or to 7. That was at Damien, pardon me. Ayala beat them last week, and the winner of that won the league. So Damien Spartans stamped themselves as a contender, even though number 2 school out of the ever-tough Sierra League, which will change next year, and we'll get into that once relieving happens for next year. 4 yards are gained, 2nd and 6. Damien ball thrown 24. Double wing they come, single back set, rolling to his left is Davila looking for a man open. He's got a man open. He's caught it. Oh, man, he gets blasted, makes a nice catch. And when you're a receiver, that's kind of, let's see here, nice grab there made by number 2 of Damien, who's actually out of the running back position, Ian Johnson. But, Coach, that's a hard catch to make because you know you're going to get knocked, and he did. Ruben Munoz put the crunch on him pretty quick.
Yeah, you know, but you got to take pride in that. I mean, if you get the ball and you get crushed, I mean, you got to like it. It's football, and I know that, you know, I know that he liked getting that play right there. Here it comes.
He's good roll.
Looks like he's going to run. All of a sudden, boom, he opens up. Smack! Takes him out. Yeah. That's perfect.
He cuffed him pretty hard. Actually, it was 25. Paul Jimenez on the stop. He put the knock on him. Enough for the first down, though. They get about 9 yards. 1st and 10, Damien at their own 33. I formation, they come to receive. Oh, come on. Look at this jumping here. Jumping across the line of scrimmage is Angelo Tusitala, but was he drawn off? Let's see. And
well, that's a nose guard, too. That's a pretty tough act to follow. All he's got to do is watch the ball. It's about 6 inches. He breathes on it every time, so
offsides against Chino. And these are a good bunch of coachable kids. I was talking to coaches, Coach John Mager and defensive coordinator Pete Morandi during the week here, and he said, we've got a better bunch of kids. It's a great program at Chino. We got great parental support, great booster club support. We have 200, 300 parents usually tailgating our games. We usually outdraw the visiting crowd when we're on the road. And they play some disciplined football, but they've been jumping on defense here tonight. They got to calm themselves down. Good teams don't beat themselves, and a game looks like it's going to be tight. They got to play a little bit more tighter football here. All right, 1st and 5 yards to go from their own 38. 1st and 5. Receiver to the left, wing back to the right. H back to the right, I should say. Oh, man, he gets a swing your partner. Do-si-do tackle on the backfield. Lost yardage on the play. Good team swarming there by Chino's defense. Number 62 and 49 put the crunch on him hard. See here, 62 for Chino is Ryan Aker, and also 49, Cedric Ellison. Those guys are two major leaders on the defensive line. We'll see it here again.
Yeah, they're going to do a counter, and all he does is roll off number 49 there and just crushes a play. It's a counter play. If you don't take care of the down lineman on counter, you're going to have a long night. Sure enough, he made a big play there.
Chris Seals, not many yards. Ryan Aker's been double-teamed a lot this year, and Ellis, I should say, has been double-teamed a lot this year, and they still haven't been able to neutralize him. 2nd and 6, they go to the air. Coach, he probably threw that football a little quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah,
incomplete.
They were setting up a screen there, and they got them all out there. It was almost about set up. It looked like he felt a little bit of pressure and kind of, we call it a grandma. You throw it hard at the feet if you don't feel like it's going to be there, and looks like that's what he did there.
So it'll be a 3rd down situation. Jason Smart is back here playing tonight. He's an inside linebacker. He was not 100% early this year. He was really the only major injury to a starter this year. He hurt his, I think his knee or his ankle in the Walnut football game. This kid is the ASB president and also a 4.4 grade point average. This kid is one guy that gets around at Chino campus. He does a lot just besides playing football. 3rd and 6, they put it up. Oh, what a catch was made. Threaded the needle on that one. His flags go down as his receiver goes down. Nestled in the arms of Matt Mendrum, but let's see what the flags are. Maybe somebody got him on a late hit or something. Let's see.
It looked like it was a PI, actually, but he overcame the PI and still made the play. They're just going to decline this thing.
That was a threaded pass. That one was right on the money because there were 2 defenders between here. That's the call. That's the call. Defensive pass interference against Chino. I guess he hit him before the ball got there. I didn't see it myself, but it was borderline. We'll
just
see
doing
it again.
A slant route. Boom, hits him on his back before the ball comes in, but concentrates. What a great job by their wide receiver to concentrate. That's not by any means an easy catch.
No.
But stayed on it and sure enough made the catch.
Because his body was not behind it, number 1 and number 2. There were 2 defenders. Cornwater was the guilty party on the flag there. Again, more penalties against Chino's defense, guys. They got to put this in neutral. But the thing was, that pass is on the money. A little bit thrown, a little bit lower. That might have been intercepted. That was an excellent throw. Give some major credit there to Nick DeVille. Did an excellent job at threading the needle on that one. Fine pass.
Yeah, the nice part about it, even if you would have missed it, they got a 1st down. So, a little bit of luck also helps also. But, hey, great concentration by the wide receiver. Kudos to him, definitely.
Ball is in Chino territory at the 48-yard line here. 1st and 10. Wing to the left. They go. A single back set. Takes it. Off tackle to the right. Not much. As Ian Johnson, he gets flat in there pretty quick. Might have got a yard going there. He had a good head of steam going, but got a quick physics lesson by some of the guys on the defensive line. Involved in that stop amongst others there was Chris Cordero. Down he goes.
Yeah, a little trap play or possibly a little dive play there, just right up the gut. But, hey, they're still getting 3 yards on that. I mean, if they can get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, it makes this play calling a little bit easier for their offensive coordinator.
2nd down and 8. 2 yards were gotten. Ball's at the Chino 46 for the Spartans. 3 receivers are in. 2 to the right of Davila. 1 to his short side, the left. He goes that 1 receiver side. A diving attempt. It's made, I think. I think it's caught. Yeah, it is. They rule it a catch there. Hard to see there. A.J. Herrera makes the grab. Down he goes. And A.J. Herrera is he's not a tall guy, but doesn't have to be. Does a good job, Coach Emerson, in making those catches where he has to bend down and catch them low.
Yeah, he runs good routes. And, if you're not blessed with great height and tremendous speed, a wide receiver, a good wide receiver, Steve Largent, great example.
Yep.
Great routes, good cuts, and can concentrate on the ball. It comes down with big plays.
A.J., well, we can't see on camera, Coach, but you kind of look a little bit like Steve Largent. You facially and his height and his build and everything. Steve Largent is now a politician from Oklahoma. That's where he's always from. He's a senator, I believe.
Well, I'm not a conservative yet, but maybe I'll make it someday. I don't know. 3rd
down and 3 yards to go. 2 receivers into the short side, the weak side, the left side. They go down the middle off tackle to the right side, fighting and clawing and scratching for yards as Ian Johnson near the 1st down, but I believe he is short. 78 and 63 converge. They flatten him. 78 for Chino. Big Brian Earls.
Yeah,
he
got
is
a
senior.
great spot there, actually. There's
Blake,
2 refs, and one of them spotted it a really nice spot. It looks like it's possibly going to be a first down.
Blake Guzman, I think they are going to be, yeah, I think you're right. That was...
There was 2 spots, one coming from the Chino side and one coming from the Damien side, and Damien's side got a little bit better spot there.
Blake Guzman also involved in that stop, the big number 63, and again, he's one of the guys that's brought in and brought out. They bring a lot of different guys here in on defense. While we have a chance, let's get to the assistants here as they're doing the measuring for the Chino Cowboys. Again, Pete Morandi, he's been there since 1994 as the offensive coordinator. Head coach John Monger is a PE teacher on campus. Just inches to go for the first down, and it will be 4th down. As John Monger is a PE teacher on campus, he's a head coach, of course, and also his own offensive coordinator. Defensive line coach is Wally Rich. He's a government teacher on campus. Linebackers coach is Tim Prescott. Cornerbacks and passing game coordinator is Dean Bennett, former head coach at San Dimas. Also still a San Dimas teacher. He's a special ed teacher. There's a lot of headaches that go along with that job. Chris Prescott is also one of the assistant coaches. Jim Beatty's offensive line coach. Running backs coach is Matt McCain. Wide receivers coach is Brad Richardson. He's been there a long time. And kicking coach is Ron LeBochereau. And they have 4 coaches on that staff, including Monger and Morandi, that are 50 years or older. They got some experience. They come with a wishbone offensive formation here in 4th and 1. The deep back takes it, leaps over a la Walter Payton style to get the first down. They needed 1. They got about 3. First down, Damien and Green. Wow.
Yeah, boy, that's what it's all about. This power football, this smash mouth. They lined up. They had 11 in the tight box offense. They had 11 defense in the box, and they're just going to go, hey, we're going to fight.
Hard-fought, even game. He leapt over. Let's see here it again.
Oh, look at the desire, boy. He's just over the top there. Give him wings and let him fly.
What time is Chris Seals taking off? Well, right about at 8:30. The Chris Seals flight gets him about 3 yards. They continue on the march here. 4th down and first down. 2 tight slot receivers here on the left. I formation they come. Ball to the Chino 37. 1st and 10, Damien. Look out. Has some time. Puts it up. A stretching grab. Nestled to the arms of number 11, Matt Mendrum. Oh, who says white men can't jump? It's complete.
That's absolutely. What a tremendous job, boy. He was totally laid out for that. Was actually leaning towards his back with his feet parallel to the ground and made the catch. What a great grab here. This is
a 20-yard strike there at the 17 with 4:18 and ticking here. That did not go out of bounds. Again, Damien is down 14-6. They can taste a touchdown before this half is over. Look out. What a ball game.
Hey, they're not going to go down lightly, that's for sure. Or I mean, they're showing Chinos we're going to play hard on this.
Similar formation, a little bit of shifting here. 3-step drop, put up. Oh, as it bounced off a player off the back there. Looked like it was intended there for number 2, Ian Johnson. As somebody didn't turn around in time, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Quarterback looks a little hurt there. He actually got up. He's going to be okay, though. He was a little shaken up on the play. But, yeah, let's go back to that one catch there. What a tremendous catch there. Great hands. And that, you just don't get that. I mean, this kid works hard, and sure enough, this quarterback and him hooked up for some big plays.
All right, 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Damien stretches their receivers pretty wide this time. Strong side is the right, single back set they come. Davila puts it up, crosses in on a catch here, caught it around the line of scrimmage, and he thunders for more. Nice job there by number 32, who's been a big part of the offense here tonight, Chris Seals. He's inside the 15 to about the 13, and he got some good yak yards there, Coach.
Yeah, that was just that little jailbreak screen, that little middle screen when he just comes up. Watch the offensive line. They'll release downfield, try to create a wall, but one guy leaks through and gets part of them right there, a little too quick.
And he bobbled a little bit there, too. There were about 3 or 4 defenders coming in unprotected, but the timing of that play was perfect. He got rid of it before there was any real major pressure there on Davila. Let's see here. 4 yards they got. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. This is a major money play here in the drive. This ball is at the Chino 14. Look out. 3 receivers remain in. Davila has some time. Puts it on the fadeaway to the end zone. Oh, does he make the catch? He does! He does! Touchdown, Matt Mundrum. Oh, wow, a 14-yard strike into the far corner of the end zone. And what a perfect play. That ball was right on the money. Matt Mundrum again. Let's call that guy nook and cranny, man. He gets to those hard-to-reach places, and he does it there. Complete. It's a touchdown.
No doubt. They do a little out and up. You'll see they try to draw him up, and then he releases up, and sure enough, quarterback puts it right on the spot. Lays out for the big catch. They should be proud of this drive. Another great drive by Damien.
Mundrum, he had his man beat. He got past him, and he kind of slid underneath him. Touchdown. Damien is going to be in 2-point formation here because they're right now, as we speak, down 14-12. That score comes to 3:09 remaining here in the first half. I formation, wide split receivers here in the two-point conversion. Strong side is a right. They're going to go airborne. Look out, puts it down the middle. Oh, it's incomplete. He kind of slipped and fell there a little bit. Kind of tight coverage there. Had the right idea, but just a little bit off target. The pass was intended there for tight end number 84, Kyle Lawrence. Not quite his fault. He lost his footing. So Damien still trails here 14-12. But give some credit to Mark Pasquarello for going for it. What an exciting football game, Coach.
Definitely.
This is playoff football.
You know, I hadn't really seen Damien until this is my first game watching them, but I've seen Chino, and I've just always been so impressed with their size. But Damien's really putting together great game plans, got their number down, and sure enough has made this an exciting football game. They deserve a great football game.
This has been something. Let's talk about the Citrus College Fighting Owls. You guys started off 0-4 and finished strong at 5-5. We did your game against Bakersfield, and once you won a real thriller, 14-13 overtime. Kind of a topsy-turvy season this season.
Yeah, you know, that like you said, we went 0-4 our first 4 games, but you know the guys still fought. And sure enough, we still thought we could win. Here we go, we win the next 4, so we're 4-4. If we win out, we go to a bowl game, and unfortunately, we lost our 9th game, but 1 out of 10. So.
Kind of a short bouncing kick, and Chino's had some pretty good assistance here with the short field positions tonight. They will be starting this drive from out their own 40. It was returned there by Cowboy Evan Moore. He's defensive back. He's a junior, so this is about the second time they've been starting to drive here from about the 40-41. You know, field position can be a big thing in a game that's this tight, Coach.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, go back to our Bakersfield game. One of the main reasons we beat them is because we played a field position game and won field position most of the time.
Quarterback, of course, is a junior, is Kevin Glab. This is a pitch here. This is Flo on the dash to the left side. Falls forward for a few. Jacob Flo flows downfield for a few yards. We got about 6 or 7. Not a bad carry. Flo comes into the game with a little over 700 yards to his credit this season. 706. And that's one thing about Alomo and also Flo. Neither of these guys are majorly inside or outside runners. There's not one guy that's a perimeter runner, not one guy that's inside. They both do both things pretty well.
Yeah, and that's tough to defend when you can't role play a guy, and then the defense has to expect inside or outside.
I formation, 2 receivers are in. One goes in motion. That's McCoy from his left to the right. This is Alomo. Alomo looking for some room on the right side. Tries to cut in. Oh, man, he just gets turfed there. Slammed to the ground and hard there by, let's see here, Damien's number 23, Steve Harvey. As he's a linebacker, he's one of the captains, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. He made a very nice stop. He cut up to him quick.
Yeah, that play was supposed to go on the inside, and all of a sudden, with the defensive end crashed down, he had to bounce it. Thought he could make something happen, but Steve Harvey came up and just great open field tackle there.
A little bit of help there also for Chris McCoy, who's also a backfield man, sometimes not always, on the defensive backfield. In the defense, McCoy was downfield, Harvey helping him with the block. Harvey, Chino offensive field, my mistake. Chino calls a timeout. It's their second one of the half here, and you know, Chino has got an incredible coaching staff. They got about 4 or 5 guys that are former head coaches, 3 or 4. So Morandi is one of them. Coach Dean Bennett, like I mentioned, is another. He says, you know, Coach Morandi, I was talking to him before this game was played. He says, you know, all coaches really have input. There's no way I feel I'm the head defensive man, although he's named, assistant head coach. It was kind of done as a thing of honor to him for all the help out that he's given Coach Monger down through the seasons. You know, Coach Morandi for Chino mainly concentrates on the upfront stuff and the run defense. He says, but we really have a system with the kids believe in a system and believe in us, and they really take to it. He says, we got a really good coach with a bunch of kids. It's all yes sirs and no sirs and very respectful. It's a bunch of hard-working kids. He says it's like a meat and potatoes type of team. And he says, you know what, Chino's got a really good thing going because, you know, football is such a big thing at that school, and they have such a history of winning and success down through the years in the 90s here. And, you know, early 90s were dominated by the Glendora Tartans, as most people know, coached by Dean Karnowski. He's no longer teaching. He's ill. But Baseline League has been an exciting brand of football. There's not usually a whole lot of difference, you know, scouting these schools between first place and 4th, or maybe even 5th out of these 6 schools. It really is a quality league, top to bottom.
Oh, they're huge. Look at their offensive line.
They got some big guys. They average at least 270. 3rd down and 5 yards to go from their own 46. The flag goes down as Glad puts it up, and it's a little bit low. It's caught, I believe, but let's see what the flag is. They roll the catch, and he was down right away as his knees were down, but
usually
flags
in the
were thrown.
area there. I don't know. I didn't
kind of thrown in the backfield. Yep,
quick, but
Ryan Putnam made the catch, and we have a legal motion. And we have 2 penalties against the Chino Cowboys. So, of course, when you have 2 penalties against one team, they just mark off whichever is the bigger penalty. whichever way it's going to be, Chino's marching backwards.
Yeah, that's a tough call there for Chino. I mean, the worst thing you ever want to do is go backwards. You got 3rd down and 5, which is a doable play in which they just got a 1st down converted. But penalties, boy, that'll drive a coach crazy and players. It's very frustrating.
Well, there's so many things, and you know, as a coach, that you can control, and penalties are one of the things at the top of the list. And again, this is very unlike the Cowboys. They have had very few penalty problems this year. And while they're leading this game, this is a game, folks, in which 1 or 2 mistakes like that can trip you up, because you're against an evenly matched opponent here tonight, and you're playing on the road. You need every break you can get.
It comes down to a lot of things. Who's going to make the least amount of mistakes is going to win these CIF games, especially when you're running 2 good teams together. And, you know, you spend hours and hours and hours on a practice field going over the mental aspect of the game, discipline, no offsides, and that's been a factor in this ball game thus far.
Chino will be punting here.
Delay a game.
Delay a game call against the Cowboys. So when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, and every time they get a penalty here, we're getting another 5 yards of better field position. So, you know, if they get a decent punt here and you can return it 10 or 15 yards, they'll be inside the 50.
Punter is, I believe, number 9, Kyle Lucarello.
There's a lot of confusion out there on the field. It looks like they got it made up now.
One man dashes off the field at the last moment there. Make sure it's just 11. Nice punt.
Definitely returnable.
Keeps it away from the return man. Definitely takes a Cowboy bounce. Caught on the bounce here. On the return, out past midfield. Gets dropped around midfield. Good return, though. Good head of steam going for A.J. Herrera. And Damien, they have a second less than a minute here to go in the first half, but they have decent field position, easily time to get within field goal range and take the lead. It'll be 1st and 10 for them. And again, the Damien Spartans, they've had the turnovers. They won the turnover battles this year. They are definitely plus in the turnovers department, and they've had a good season. A.J. Herrera, this kid we've seen all over the field here tonight, he's close to leading the Valley in yardage receptions. He's had a very good season for him, as people can see. 1st and 10. Ball smack dab at the 50. Davila under pressure, puts it up, goes to insurance man in the backfield, catches it around the midfield, around the line of scrimmage, goes dashing for about 10 afterwards, and a great yardage after catch play there. Got caught from behind, but not before the damage is done, as Angelo Tusitala, he nailed him, and looks like Damien's probably going to call a timeout. That is their second. They want to talk to Mark Pascarola and the rest of the staff, see what they want to do. They'll be looking. Five or 6 yards. It's inside the 35. They want the 33, but the clock continues to tick here.
Well, the clock will actually stop just until they get those chains set. Now,
they get the 1st down, so the clock is stopped right now. And as soon as they set the chains, the clock will tick. It is ticking now. It is 1st down. They might slam this one to the ground just to call it, just to preserve. Now they're going to run a play. Strong side right. 3 receivers are in, 2 to the left side. The short side, the quarterback, Davila. 3-step drop, puts it up. It's complete underneath. Look out! Makes a nice catch, and he stays on his balance there. A nice job by Matt Mendrum, and Mendrum, he used one of his arms as his legs there to keep his balance and keeps it going. As they get the 1st down on 1st down, they needed 10, they got 11. Look out, Damien is on the march here late in the 1st half.
Yeah, great play there, just a little hitch route. I mean, Chino's given a lot of cushion on the outside. They probably expect that one to be the deep throw, but sure enough, they threw it underneath and got about another 11-yard gain. Stops the clock, and timeout's been taken. What a great transition here. I'll tell you, what a great use of the clock right now.
Yeah.
They haven't wasted very much time whatsoever.
Well, Damien's done a lot of good things here. Clock management, play calling, some great grabs by, they've been all over the field time with A.J. Herrera and Matt Mendrum, the 2 main targets. They've done a fine job. They have challenged Chino unlike they've been challenged this season. And Chino's had a lot of shutouts to their credit this season. They're up against some stiff competition. And, also, they've been aided by some penalties, and also, daring Chino on those 4th and shorts, 4th and less than 5. They've jumped off sides a couple times. They've used every phase to get to be in this game and stay in this game so far.
Absolutely, and this is what you call the 2-minute drill is what they're in right now, but it's actually the 49-second drill. They've only had it for 49 seconds, and that horn just about blew my ear out of there.
We got a little air horn here tonight. What an atmosphere here at Chino. Or at Damien, pardon, for this Chino game. It's loud,
deep passes
but
here.
it's a good spirit here. 1st and 10 from the 21. Davila rolls to his left out of necessity, puts it up, and again another diving catch, and he gets out of bounds. Matt Mendrum, double M, comes up smelling like a rose on that one. Wow, he gets it down to around the 15, 16-yard line. 7 seconds remain. They'll have time to run one more play. Well, actually, no, the clock is ticking here. They got to slam this one to the ground. They better take the snap right now.
Got it.
And, the flag goes out. Hold on. I guess he didn't get out of bounds. I thought he did. And I thought he slammed the ball to the ground quick enough to stop it at 1 second, but the
I thought it was
0-0-0. And they're bringing the players back. I think there is 1 second. I think he did knock it to the ground, threw it down to the ground. You can do that. That's perfectly legal, folks.
Yeah.
It's 2nd down and 5. They had no timeouts left, so they slammed it to the ground just to preserve the clock. Their kicker looks like he's on the field here. They're going to try a field goal. Yep, they're going to try a field goal here. There's 1 second on the clock. The clock reads 0, but there's 1 second left. In for the kick there is number 46 here.
Oh, he's offsides. Defense went offsides again.
As the kick sails deep.
They're going to get another shot at this.
And how appropriate. Another flag. As on the field there is 46, Joe Talley, who's a punter and a kicker. He does a little bit of everything. Oh, man, offside's Chino, so I guess they're going to re-kick it if they didn't make it. The ball had the distance, maybe didn't have the accuracy. If that was no good, of course, they're going to take the penalty and march it 5 yards closer.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The defensive ends came off the edge again, offsides, not watching the ball, unfortunately. And, boy, they could have been in here with the 2-point lead. Now it looks like they could go ahead of them now.
So they'll reset it once again here. Joe Talley, this will be the last play, barring another defensive penalty of the first half. Talley getting set for a 29-yard attempt. Oh, it's blocked! Chino blocks the kick! Wow! Kick is blocked. I didn't see who got a hand on it. Maybe we can see it again. But what a way to end the first half. So Chino, which is giving themselves some problems here today with the penalties, comes up big, and that's one of those plays, Coach, that could spell the difference in the football game. Let's get another look at this one here. You see it batted away. You didn't quite see who got a hand on it. It was one of the defensive linemen that reached in there, and as the hands went up, the ball went down.
Wow, and what a great job for Chino to get out of that thing with not giving up 3 points, especially after giving 2 shots at it. And sure enough, that's going to be another special team victory for them going into the second half.
Wow, so that will end the first half here on Adelphia, out of Chino and out of Laverne and the San Gabriel Valley. It's been an exciting, eventful first half as the Chino Cowboys, the road squad here right now up with a precarious 2-point lead, 14-12. We'll take a halftime break, folks. My name is Peter Pigskin Hebden, and we are here along with Coach Kevin Emerson of Citrus College, head coach of Emerson. There we see Mark Pasquarello.
He is really upset.
He's upset about something.
Those coaches are pulling them out of there. That's probably a good thing. It's a good thing they didn't call that clock dead, because the fans might have rushed the field to the referees that last time. So,
Damien, that's quite an atmosphere, Damien. That was Mark Pasquarello walking off with the staff. So for myself and Coach Kevin Emerson, we're going to take a halftime break, folks, but don't you dare go away. We're going to take a breather. We'll be back. We'll be back right back. Don't you dare go away. And we are back, folks, at Damien Catholic High School in Laverne, coming to you from none other than the pit. Damien High School's home football field as the Spartans here in their home game, round 2, Division II CIF playoff game against the Chino Cowboys. Trail the Chino Cowboys by a score of 14-12 in a football game in which the scoreboard does not tell the entire story. Chino has hurt themselves with some serious penalty problems here in this football game, keeping the Damien Spartan offense on the field. Don't have any statistics in front of us, but I'm going to stab a guess here and say that the Damien Spartans at least had 2 plays to 1, if Chino probably 2.5 plays to 1. And time of possession easily out-timed them, probably at least 2 to 1, probably more, in possession of the football. My name is Peter Pigskin Hebden. We are here along with, again, Kevin Emerson, head coach of the Citrus College Fighting Owls out of the Western States Conference. And let's cap here for you the drives. Damien Spartans open up the drive, defending the north goal, going to the south. Shoot up 10 minutes and 10 seconds. That might be a high school football playoff record for most time consumed in a playoff drive. And they capped it with Seals' 1-yard run. And the extra point kick was no good. They were up 6-0. Chino then countered with a possession of their own, and in a matter of only 2 minutes or so, Chris McFoy, the receiver, made a nice counter run and made it 7-6 as Chino converted on the extra point to take the lead 7-6. Then on Damien's next possession, they punted the football, and Cranweather Tim Crenneweather ran it back all the way for a touchdown as Chino went up by the score of 14-6. Then Damien's third possession. Right after that, Matt Mendrum made a 14-yard touchdown catch, a leaping grab, left low to make the grab. They missed a two-point conversion as a pass went awry, was incomplete, attempted for the tight end. Kyle Lawrence was incomplete. It was 14-12. Then Chino, on their second possession, punted the football after having it for a little bit. Then Damien moved the football downfield after starting possession of their last drive, their fourth drive, and had a 29-yard field goal attempt blocked after they kicked it a second time with 1 second left after a Chino penalty. So their kick was blocked. Thus the score is 14-12. So the Damien Spartans kicking off in the 40, defending the north goal here to start the second half, as they keep it totally away from any kind of return man, wisely so, as they've been burned here on special teams, Coach Emerson, and that might be a wise thing to do right there.
Heck yeah, you know, what they've been doing is pooch kicking it every single time, about 25 to about 30, 35 yards. Chino brought their guys up, and they just kicked it deep. So they're just countering everything Chino's doing right now. But I know in the locker room, Chino heard a lot from their coach, I'm sure, from Coach Monger about jumping off sides and stuff. And there'll be a well-coached football team here.
Well, Mark Pasquarella, head coach of Damien, says, you know, we want to force these guys, want to stuff their run and force them to throw because they haven't done too much of that this year. And we really haven't seen the Chino offense on the field all that much here today. Strong side is the right. They go down off to the right side is Alomo. Lee breaks free. Look out. Gets past the first wave of tacklers. He scampers away across midfield. A couple of Damien guys are catching up to him. And, oh, wow. He glides his way all the way down to about the 20-yard line. As from the 20 to the 20, a 60-yard scamper. Mr. Alomo, man, oh, man. Express Alomo. As the Express carries it all the way down to the 20, we'll take another look at this. He had a nice block early on the right side of the line.
Yeah, it's just a counter play. They kick out, log it, boom, he's gone. Now it's a foot race. Number 25, Green, comes from the other side and makes a saving tackle there for
Dorian Green, defensive back, 5'8", 150-pound junior. Again, a lot of juniors on this Damien side. They graduated a lot of guys on both offense and defense from last season's team.
Well, they're going to shut down the run. They got to do a little bit better than that. I mean, their run games, actually, they've scored, 2 touchdowns down the run game now, and so they'll go to work here.
All right, first down, 10 yards to go at the Damien 20. Suddenly a different, spun around and kept his balance. A nice carry as he slams himself forward to about the 13-yard line. A nice carry there by...
Yeah, just right up the gut there, just trying to pound it in on them. They're saying, hey, we're bigger than you. We're going to come right at you. That's what Chino's saying to Damien right now.
That was Jacob Flo, the tailback. As, again, he's got a little over 700 yards on the season this year. He's kind of second back next to Alomo, but he does a fine job for him, too. Gets some good hard-earned yards. Gets about 8 yards. I thought it was a little bit less than that. 8 yards, second down, and 2 yards to go for the first down from the Damien 12 for the Cowboys. This is Flo, flowing well. Look out. Still on his feet. Touchdown. Scampers in from 12 yards out. And the Chino Cowboys, man, Coach, they only took 49 seconds on that drive, a whole whopping 3-play drive. If you're Chino, you score fast. If you're Damien, you score slow.
What an excellent contraction here. I mean, boy, one of them just taking a lot of time to score. The other one, hey, give me 3 plays, I'll go the length of the field. These are definitely opposites, but
taking a look at it here as
right up the middle, bounces it out, shoots through a gap, and just goes. Damien's just standing around. They're not even got stretched out from half yet.
Extra point attempt here. Darrell Chamorro. Snap is down. The hold is there. The kick is up, and it's got the distance. Has it got the accuracy? Yes, it does. And the Chino Cowboys have got a 21-12 lead with 11:11 remaining here in the third quarter. And let's give some credit where credit is due again to the big offensive line. They average about 270, 275 pounds in that line. A good combination of size and quick off the ballness and speed and quickness. Luke Pedro, he's a senior, second team All-League in 2000. O'Neal Rosso, he's the baby on that line, but he's a big baby. He's a sophomore. Jossam Redha, he is a senior. He played last year. Right guard is Adam Lopez. He's a junior. He played last year for Chino. And Ryan Parks. Everybody wants Ryan Parks. 6'4", 280-pound, a 3-year starter. All CIF last year, of course, all league out of the baseline league. Colorado State Rams already made an offer for this guy, and he's going to take his time in making his selections, coach, because this guy's got a lot of trips planned after this season.
Absolutely. What a tribute to a high school player to have these trips set up in Colorado, who just knocked out, the great football team, and they're pumped up right now. Let me tell you.
Got a holder to keep that ball. Oh, there's no wind though. Keeps the ball on the tee. Oh, a little bit of bobbling there, but he gets it here. This is Ian Johnson. Johnson trying to cut a lane to the right side. He's got a little bit of room. Look out, looks inside then. But he carries the ball wisely as he gets flattened around the 33-yard line. Good return, good decision-making there. Makes the guy to knock him to the ground there was Ozzie Reyna, defensive back. He's a senior. Nice stop. As nice return there by Ian Johnson. He just wasn't sure where he wanted to go at the last moment, but he gets a good gets his team in a good field position.
Yeah, they had the middle return set up there where they had a wall going up the middle, but then it got collapsed. He just bounced it out and got a good some good pickup there.
First down, 10 yards to go. Spartan football at their own 33. 11:01 remaining in here in the third quarter. 3 receivers are in. 2 to the left of Davila. The lefty quarterback puts it up on a long screen. It's complete. Makes a grab. Gets past one guy. Gets past a second. Down he finally goes. Good yardage after the grab there by Chris Seals. And Seals has got a lot of catches this afternoon or this evening, and a good number of runs. This guy's an all a little bit everything player. He runs, he catches passes, and he runs with the ball after the catch. I like him. He's versatile.
Yeah, they had a little bubble screen on, made famous by Purdue and some other schools there before them. But little bubble screen that makes first man miss and picks up about 4 yards. Not a bad play.
Not bad. Second down and a long 6, short 7. Ball at the 36-yard line, or pardon me, 37 or 38 almost of their own for Damien. 3 receivers are in. Strong side is a right, weak side left. They go to the weak side. They put it up. A nice spiral pass, but just overthrown. That's not the first time that's happened tonight. Intended receivers A.J. Herrera incomplete. He was well overthrown.
Yeah, same thing on that side over there. They had a man-on-man press, and they had an inside shade. All we wanted to do is do a little fade there, put a little air under that thing as coach was hoping he would have done, and gave him an opportunity to make that catch. You know, sometimes time's your enemy. You get back, you drop, and you threw the ball a little flat, and you have no room for error there.
Coach Pasquarella, Mark Pasquarella, his record in head coaching at all the schools he's been at Ayala here and also here at Damien. 94 wins, 41 losses, and 3 ties. That's a pretty spiffy record. That's better than 2/3, much better than 2/3. 3rd and 7 from their own 37. Davila 3-step drop, puts it up. Oh man, he got knocked. Absolutely level, but the ball was in the area. No flag, and rightly so. Incomplete. The intended receiver was the tight end for Damien, as that was a well-timed hit.
Yeah, they did a little pop pass there, but they threw the backers up. But unfortunately, what happened were the 2 free safeties were standing there waiting for him. Sure enough, when a coach sees that set before the ball snapped, he's hoping those free safeties don't come up. But they put a tattoo on him there.
Kyle Lawrence, junior tight end, no-go, incomplete, and Damien once again will be punting. Good snap. Punted away nicely there by Joe Talley. Taken by the lone return man. Kind of knocks into his own guy there, and down he goes around his own 30. So a little miscommunication in the Chino Cowboys department there. As Tim Cranwater, this guy, he played last year for him. He was a starter for him last season. As Chino was, they were number 2 of the Baseline League last year, and they were number 2 in Division II CIF, losing to the Upland Highlanders. And I was talking to Coach Monger before last season's game began. He said, I don't know how, Upland's tough. We might not be able to beat them. They didn't. They lost by the score of 26-10 last season. They played them tough. They played them hard. But Chino looks to go for the brass ring this year. This is a contender. They should be there in the final, I would think. 1st and 10. Alomo takes the carry as flag sound, but no whistle sound, but no flags here. Actually, they do have a flag down. Might have been a false start.
Yeah, false start.
Yep.
You know, Damien's doing a good job of stopping their middle run, but what's happening is they start a middle run and they bounce it to the outside, such as the counter or the ISO that bounces. I mean, you got to get a little bit more leverage on the outside to maybe help shut down this run game, but they're doing a good job. But now they're back in the back now. You know, this is tough with 1st and 15.
From their own 24, Chino. They don't usually dig themselves into too many mistakes, but they're doing it here a little bit tonight, but they're up. This is Alomo out of the backfield. Nice little hole here. Tries to get outside the left side. Plugged. Oh, he hit him. Oh, still on his feet after 3 guys lunged at him. And finally, the 3rd guy to knock him to the ground is number 25, Dorian Green. Makes Alomo see green on that carry, as Alomo was able to elude the grasp of a couple guys that lunged at him low. Good moves on his part, but he kind of drifted backwards and got hit late.
Yeah, I thought Barry Sanders was back playing again. Look at this. So here he is. And that's Barry Sanders right about now.
2 guys right there, still on his feet, tries to turn around the corner, going to win the back out, but he gets caught in the middle of doing that, so he probably loses some yards in the process.
Yeah, you know, but it's guys like that will drive you crazy, but man, they will make some big plays, and I'm sure the coaches don't get on him too much about that stuff, because sooner or later he's going to bust one of those for an 80
We don't have any heights or weights on him, but this kid, Jessim Reda, number 70, just saw him on the screen. That is one big guy. I wonder what the food bills are in that family. 2nd down and 15 yards to go. Look out, he wants to go to the air. He does. A nice pass here. Look out. He's got to go up. And, a stretching attempt to make the catch. Does he make it? No. Caught out of bounds. It's ruled caught out of bounds. And,
boy, it's a good thing there's not replay, Coach.
Chris McFoy, I thought that was in bounds myself. But, of course, in high school football, folks, as in JC, you got to get 1 foot in bounds, and you're in bounds. And I thought he might have had it.
Well, here's a replay. Will be replay. It won't change it on the field, but let's see what we got.
He was in. Yeah, he had 1 foot in bounds. That was a bad call, folks, and we're not trying to dig on the Damien Spartans here. That's just a fact. The officials got to open up their eyes a little bit. I hate seeing games like this decided on poor officiating, and I'm sure you've had some experiences with that at the JC level.
The thing about it, they have a side judge, and I am in favor of side judges when they make the right calls, but my gosh, he's right there. That's his only job in life right there, is to watch that foot, and I can see it from up here, and I'm sure you could too.
McFoy, give the guy credit. He kept his cool and didn't argue, and I'm sure he was tempted to do that. Strong side is the right. They throw to the right side. This is on. Nice catch out of the backfield. Thunders his way down for a few yards after the grab there. It takes a couple guys to bring him down. That was caught and run there by J.T. Tima, who's a junior receiver. Stretches it out to about the 35-yard line. Well short of the first down by about 6 yards. By about 6 yards, it'll be 4th down. Chino will be punting.
Yeah, well-designed play there. It's just a little reverse, turns into a screen. Very, very good concept there, but actually ran by a couple defensive linemen, but came up about 5 yards short.
So patiently waiting the snap here, taking a little time here too. Perfect snap, not much of a rush. High punt, good punt. Sends AJ back to about the 24-yard line, shakes one tackle, tries to get to the outside, and he gets as he gets cut down around the 34-yard line. Hard and clean there by Chino's Josh Smallwood, who doesn't exactly come up small in that play. He comes up big, makes a nice stop. 1st and 10 for Chino, for Damien. I mix up the names here tonight, for Damien and Green at their own 33-yard line. So again, they're starting from their own 33-34.
I don't know if you saw that, but the little ball boy on the edge, number 55, just got level. But he's okay. He came up strong, and he wants some more, so he's good to go.
I formation. Strong side is the right, wing to the tight end, and a wing to the right here, and a receiver to the right. Nobody's on the left side of Davila. They run to the strong side, or they try to here. Looks, spins around, stays on his feet, and he falls down and gains yards as he goes down. Nice attempt there by Chris Seals. Does a very nice job. Getting some good yardage there. He got cracked to the ground there by number 34, Chris Cordero. Made a nice stop.
Yeah, a little counter play they do here. See how he logs it back,
there.
Bounces them out. Great run right there. Puts his head down and gets about 7 yards.
Angelo Tusitala also helped out to stop. He's a defensive lineman. He's a senior. All right, 2nd yards were gotten. 2nd down, 3 yards to go. Damien football at their own 41. I formation they come. Strong is the left side. Wing side is a right. Give us the tailback man. This is, flags go down as the player's about to go down. He just gets absolutely smothered there by white shirts and blue pants.
Yeah, nowhere
down
to go
goes
there.
Seals.
Yeah, boy, they just swarmed right there. What you try to do defensively is get 11 hats to the ball, and sure enough, they ran a little counter again, or power. And when you got a delay play like that, it gets a lot of time for Chino to get their guys up there, and they got pretty good team speed there, so they got 11 hats to the ball.
We've seen a few penalties here tonight. That's one against Damien. They haven't had too many here tonight. We haven't seen too many holding calls here tonight. I think it's the 1st or maybe the 2nd. That's it.
Yeah, that's the 2nd holding penalty, which is great. I mean, they're letting them play football, nor should they, sit there and pound on them for that. And we kind of tell our guys, you keep your hands in tight, you'll be fine. You get your hands out wide, you're going to get in trouble. But holding will definitely deflate an offense, and I'm sure it just did right there.
One thing that John Monger, head coach of Chino, is saying, he says, Damien, they are probably the biggest team we've seen this year. They are very well coached. He says, they run a lot of different formations. The key to the game for the Cowboys will be slowing down the tandem of Nick DeVille and A.J. Herrera. They haven't been able to do that here tonight. That's why Damien's hanging tough in this game. 7-12 remains. They're down 21-12. 2nd down and 14. The ball's at their own 30. 3 receivers are in. To the short side, the strong side of Davila. Drops back. He looks, puts it up. Nice pass. He's open. Look out. He's got it. It's complete. And he's got yardage after the catch. Oh, wow. What a grab there by A.J. Herrera. All 5'9", 160 pounds of him. He was between 2 defenders, Coach. He was in the right spot. And, folks, that one goes all the way down to about the 26-yard line. A strike of about, 20.
Yeah, great play here. There's just going to be a little out and up. He gets him to bite. Boom, pulls away. It's the same play they scored the touchdown on the far side, their 2nd touchdown of the game. Same exact play.
Tim Krennewetter and also Paul Jimenez make the stop, but not before all that damage is done. This ball's at the 27-yard line. Chino for the Spartans. I formation, 1st and 10. Here is a give to Seals. Seals off to the left side. Not much. He gets plugged up and hard. He got clobbered there by a couple guys, including big number 99, Angelo Tusatal, the man with many vowels, makes a nice stop.
Yeah, he comes off the edge. He goes in, and it's a little clogged up. He goes to bounce, and sure enough, nowhere to go. And the guy with a lot of vowels, I can't pronounce his name, he runs him down.
I've seen some more difficult names, especially when you get into some of those Tonga names and those Hawaiian names. Those can be tongue twisters. At least that one's kind of easy. It's all phonetic. Pretty easy to produce. Of course, you're double duty in for us tonight, Coach. You're announcing for us, and of course, you're kind of scouting too, being a JC coach.
Yeah, these are two teams that we can scout against, and it helps me to watch them in this type of setting and see what players they've got that could possibly come to our school.
2nd 11 for Damien at the Chino 28 to put it up. Oh, a slant in, a quick slant, short slant in. Caught, and he got clobbered right away. Good hands, good hanging on to the football ability there by Seals. Chris Seals, he's a junior. Doing a fine job for him tonight. He's a running back, but he's involved in a lot of different kinds of plays. That's a versatile kid, 6 foot, 180 pounds. He's a junior.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
Boy, Damien's playing some good offensive football here. They're putting themselves in a good position every single time.
We're taking a look at this.
There they come with these double slants on the outside edge. He just sets and throws. Great timing. Perfect timing on that pass.
Chino had 2 sacks in the first half actually on 2 consecutive plays. Other than that, Damien's done a good job of protecting their quarterback against the ever-tough Chino defense. 3rd down and 3 yards to go for Damien at Chino 20. Davila drops back deep, a little bit of pressure, puts it up. Oh, he was a little bit rushed. It's incomplete. Incomplete. It was intended there for 6. Daniel Vente. Vente is a fullback. Incomplete.
And Richie was just sitting on that. That was a screen play. He just sat there. He read it the whole way. When the ball was in the air, he just delivered a knockout punch. Great play by Richie on the Cowboys there.
Ryan Richie, number 7. Linebacker, and again, they bring a lot of guys in, a lot of guys out. So again, it's not always the same 11 like I mentioned in the first half on that field for Chino. And come 4th quarter, that can make a major difference, especially when you've got a team like Damien challenging them and having possession of the football so long here tonight. So that's going to be a factor.
It's a big play here, 4th down play.
4th and 3, they're in going forward formation from the 20. They're already probably in field goal range, but they want the touchdown. 3 receivers are in. They put it to the 1 receiver side. Look out! A stretching grab, and it's caught. It's caught inside the 5, and I think there's a flag down. What a grab. This guy has come up money time and time again. Matt Mendra, Mr. Moneyman. A lot of M's, but I don't care. Let's see what this flag's against, though.
This one could go either way there, Peter. It might be offensively or defense. We'll let the ref make the call, but he did push them a little bit. They were fighting themselves a little bit. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's on the defense. Play will stand.
I don't have any stats in front of us, but Chino's got at least 80 yards of penalties against him here tonight. Let me take a look at this. Oh, man. Defender on him, Ozzie Reno, kind of had his back to the play and was threw his arms up there, just kind of waving his arms with hope of hitting the football. And he had his eyes on the defender. He should have turned around maybe a little bit sooner, but he was afraid of losing stride with the receiver, but a nice grab. This guy's got hands, and he's got some good speed on the outside. Matt Mendram, this guy has come up time and time again for him. Sure-handed thing. He's done a fine job. He is part of the reason why tonight that Damien is threatening like they are. Strong side right, wing side right. This is 1st and goal. This is Seals. Seals sees the front door locked. Goes around to the side door, still on his feet. Oh, he gets hit. No, he's hit, but he's in. He's in. He got hit, but right as he crossed the plane of the goal line, touchdown for Seals. Talk about versatility. Seals is involved in so many kinds of different plays, and versatility in that play. He quickly saw the right side plug. Didn't take much time to decide, and he scampered the wall. That reminds me of Billy Simmons from 20 years ago when we were kids.
That's exactly right. He took it off to the right side, saw it wasn't there, just saw it wasn't there, just takes it all the way back. Watch the quarterback's block right there. That's a key block right there. Just slows him up enough for him to scamper into the end zone. What a great exciting play.
Try to get a hand on there for Chino. There was Cedric Ellis. And the kick connects. As Chino is now up by only 2 again, 21-19 with 4:47 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, hats off to the Damien coaching staff. Coach is, Pasquarello's pulling out all the stops here. Boy, going for it on 4th down, not leaving anything to chance. Hey, if you're gonna win a ball game, do it right. And he's not gonna sleep tonight saying he wish he would have did something else.
There you see the Damien home crowd. There you see the situation. This is what football, playoff football is all about.
Definitely. What an exciting play.
What a ball game here tonight. Woo. I was telling you at halftime, man, first round of playoffs, I don't get too excited. I kind of count that as like almost the last season of regular season because there's a lot of schools, as you know, coaching, that don't belong there.
Right.
This is where the rubber hits the road, the second round.
Oh, absolutely, and this game is indicative of that. I mean, you nailed it right on the head there, boy. Chino's going to come out here. They're kind of up again. I wonder if he's going to get a deep kick or not, but Chino's guessing right now.
Yeah, they are. Kind of a short kick. They've had not too many deep kickoffs here tonight. This is on the return. Evan Moore. Flags go down. Oivan gets a lane down the middle, and he loses his footing on the 44, 45-yard line. Guy to smash into him there for Damien was big number 52, Jonathan Pujano. He's a defensive end. He's a junior, but a flag is down. Hold the phone.
Yeah, this ball is going to come on back. A little like a late hit in the back or something. Not a late hit in the back, but a hit in the back or a clip. It's going to bring him way back.
So Chino, again. I'm sure they were talked to in that locker room about the penalty problems here, and unfortunately here they persist. This time on special teams and offense, and they got to get this put in check. Chino, you could almost argue that maybe they're hurting their cause a little bit by scoring so quickly, but again, that's that's just the talent that they have. They got some big play guys on that offensive backfield, but could come back to haunt you.
Yeah, field position, I mean, plays a big part in this game, obviously, but Chino's, I mean, they're clicking on some. When they do actually have the ball, they do some good things with it. So we'll find out here if they can overcome that last penalty. And
they do it quick. Let's see if they can get a long, methodical drive going here. That's something they can really use. Two receivers to the right of Glab. He puts it up here. It's caught, and he cuts in nicely. A good, hard, clean hit. Hit him hard, hit him low. Wasn't about to let him go. That was caught by, once again, main man receiver Chris McFoy. Chris is already committed to USC. He got knocked into there by C.J. Cabanere.
Yeah, a little delay route. Just a little delay route from the outside. The outside receiver just comes in and goes one-on-one, makes the guy miss, and sure enough, man, 11-yard gain.
Cabanere is one of the honor roll students here in the Damien football varsity squad. They got exactly 10 yards. Got the first down on first down. First and 10 from their own 30 for Chino. Bulling forward here. Might have gotten a yard. I think that was a Lomo, and Lomo, he got knocked right away.
Yeah, right down the middle there, right down the gut, a little ISO right up the middle there, and was just knocked dead at about 1 yard. So
Flores, and also like Jason Butler crashed into him, as Alomu is a gutsy player. He's only about 5'7", maybe 5'8", and he packs that low center of gravity, but he's not a big guy, but he is quick, and he knows how to move, but he's out the field on this one. Second down and 6 yards to go from their own 35. I formation for Chino. Give us the tailback man. Oh, man, he rolls and he's still on his feet. This is flows all the way down the 40 inside the 39-yard line of Damien's. Man, oh, man. See, 15, all but 25, 26-yard scamper for him.
Yeah, a little misdirection play there. What they're trying to do is get the backers to flow to the right side. They do flow, and then he comes back to the left. So
we'll take another look here.
That fullback comes off to the left side. Sure enough, pulls everyone away. Takes a scamper up the sideline there.
Looked like for Damien, C.J. Cabanere again on the stop. So Chino, some big plays here today. It's been their saving grace. I formation they come. Wing to the left as McFoy goes to the right, though. On the motion, this is Alomo. Alomo looking for some room on the left side outside. He gets it. Look out. He turns a corner nicely. And he gets thunders his way down about the 25-yard line before he's shoved out of bounds there by Damien's Cabanere once again. And also 25 converging on a stop is Dorian Green. Makes him see green.
Well, did you see that stiff arm? Yeah, that DB came up to him. Watch this stiff arm. Pretty impressive. Bounces it outside. Get out of here. Get
nice
out
job.
of my way here. That's all he tells him.
Got himself an extra 5 or 6, 7 yards after that stiff arm. Did a fine work on that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's not something you can really teach backs either. You know, it's either they have it or they don't have it. And sure enough, he has it.
Nice job. Strong. Actually, looks like they got strong side as the left side. They go down the middle though.
Little trap play there.
And they get smushed there by a couple guys.
That gives their tailback a little bit of rest there.
Little bit.
Get a 2-yard gain now. They can probably give it to him and try to give him a lot more yards there.
Nevin Flores in on the stop there. The ball was carried there by Frank Hernandez. I think he's a senior. He's the first time touching it. Frank is actually a 3-year starter. He hasn't seen a lot of action this year, but he played for him. Started as a sophomore. 3-year starter here for the Cowboys in blue.
The longest drive of the Cowboys
it is.
run here.
Second and 9. They got 1 yard there at the Damien 24. Oh, nice little draw here. Look out. This is Flo. Oh, wow. He high steps it down inside the 10 to about the 5-yard line before he's finally dropped there by Cabanere. But man, oh man, they're doing some serious damage. And Chino on the march.
Yeah, Chino's dominating the line of scrimmage right now. They got their big.
Yes, they are.
Got those big boys just rolling right now. There's just a one-man trap, basically a wide trap, and he just sucks it right up the gut and just pushes himself through and runs over a guy in the process.
I didn't see he was blocking him, but Nevin Flores, the defensive lineman, 5'11", 215 pounds. He's a senior. He was neutralized on that play.
It's a great hole.
And he overstepped the ball carrier out of the backfield. Inbound split backfield here on 1st and goal from the 5 for Chino. Looks like we got 2 tight ends in and a wing back.
Same play, just with the lead.
On the carrier, look out. And into the end zone he glides. That is carried there by Rich Powers. Powers his way in. Touchdown for the senior. And the Chino Cowboys are now up again by 8 right now with the extra point to come. And Coach, you're a coach. Let me ask you, would you go for 2 to be up even by even 10?
No.
No?
No, not right now. I mean, you just kick the field goal. I mean, Damien's doing a lot of good things. You just want to keep momentum coming in your way. You just go ahead. You know, we have a chart, too. It tells us exactly what to do, you know, so we're not always doing points just by the thing. You just look at it, tells you what to do, and we do what it says. But
Chino, a kick and connect, and is now 28-19 with 2:06 here remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they just did that power play. Boy, now you talk about power football, that's called a power play when all you do is you pull your backside guard up to front side backer, you kick out with your fullback. Fullback didn't even have to kick out because the end took himself out of the play, so he got an extra lead blocker into the end zone. What a great play.
6-yard run for Rich Powers. He's got 1 touchdown to his credit this year. That's his 2nd. Coach, you know, talk to me about the Western States Conference this season. I mean, you guys competed rather well, and I guess you're going to have a lot of guys back because it seemed that Citrus had a lot of freshmen this season on the squad.
Yeah, we have about 48 freshmen coming back, so we'll get into the weight room here. We believe big time in the weight room, and during our off season we also do agility circuits, stuff like that. So next year is going to be kind of hopefully our breakout year. We did pretty well. We finished up 3rd or tied for 3rd in our conference here, and we're looking forward to getting some great players from our local schools here to help us contribute and win some big-time ball games next year.
Kyle Lucero kicks it off. Kind of a short kick this time. Damien's number 2. This is Ian Johnson trying to get on the outside on the right side. Chino trying to cut him down as they kind of close the gap, and they do a good job of chasing him out of bounds before major damage is done. Chased out of bounds by the last guy to be nearest to him for Chino was Ozzie Reyna. Has kind of closed the gap on him there. A good return, though, for Damien around the 37. And Coach, you're kind of starting their drives around the same part of the field from about the 33 to the 37. Good field position for Damien. But we just saw Chino get for Chino, that was a quick, long drive. That was a quick drive. That lasted about 3.5 minutes. For Chino, that's a lot of time, at least tonight.
I expect them to go back to their mode of, hey, let's try to chew this time off the clock. If I'm Coach Pasquarella, I do not want Chino on the field right now.
5 down linemen there. As whistle sound there.
Took a timeout. Chino took timeout there.
Yep. Cowboys called timeout. First timeout here in the 2nd half, of course. 3 timeouts apiece, both halves for any team, any level of football. And of course, the JC recruiting rules have changed in the last couple of years. It used to be that you had a number of schools that you could recruit from. And of course, the rules were in the past that if a player or a kid from another school outside that area contacted you first, and you could talk to them all you wanted, but those rules have changed. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, it used to be the fact that we'd have about 5 or 6 schools to recruit from just in our local area, and Mount Sac had something like 22, and Pasadena had 25, and what they did now is anyone that touches a boundary of another junior college, so like we touch Mount Sac's boundary, we can recruit their schools too now. So now we all have about 77 schools that we can recruit from, which is great. I mean, that really helps us out. Now it comes out to, hey, who recruits better and what's the outlook for the team that year. And I'll tell you, at Citrus, I'm really excited for next year. You know, we did finish 5-5 this year. We won our last 6 of 5. We were almost, you know, one play away from being in a bowl game.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we can always say that, but it's great recruiting now. I mean, we can see hundreds of people now.
I saw a couple of your games this year. Saw a lot of Mission Conference games, namely the Orange County Division. I love JC football. They're on 1st down here. Down goes Davila. Oh, 2 or 3 guys flatten him. The main perpetrator there in the sack, the sneaky one, Jason Smart.
Yeah, they had that little out and go again, and to her, number 24, who's that, Herrera, and sure enough, he's wide open.
Taking a look.
He's
at this
wide open, but the quarterback can't get the ball off. Protection kind of broke down.
Nice stop.
Yeah, the quarterback doesn't have time. That play's not going to work.
Like
fortunately for them, they didn't.
Cedric Ellis was also involved in that stop. 2nd and 13. Davila did a decent job of minimizing the loss. He lost about 3 or 4 yards. 2nd and 13 or 14, a little bit low. Intended, that was a little bit too low. He can't get them all. A.J. Herrera incomplete, as the timing was kind of there, but the pass was off target.
Yeah, and the coaches now are looking at this thing. I mean, they got 2nd and 13 there, 2nd and 12. Really sets them back, puts them in a passing situation. There's a big play for them. I mean, in my opinion, Damien needs to stay on this field to stay competitive in this game. And this is not a good situation for them.
Get the Damien offensive lineman here for you in a minute, just another minute here. 3rd down, 13 yards to go. Damien ball at their own 35. 3 receivers are in, 2 to the left of Davila. Davila looks, and he goes across the middle here on a slant in right around the line of scrimmage. Nice grab there made, and a great yardage run by Seals as he, wow, man, he
yeah, they had that
all the way down to the midfield.
Yeah, they had the jailbreak screen on again. That's the 3rd time they've ran this, and this is their best production out of that one. What happens is they even see it's coming, and they kind of come out on it. You can watch the defense. They're going to start to see it, but he just keeps on going down. And, hey, there's an open lane there. He runs with it. Great blocking downfield.
Yeah, he was just running where the linebackers weren't. The last defensive lineman just couldn't. He was passing before he lunged for him. They're at the 50. They got about 17 yards on that play. Going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. It's number 2, Ian Johnson. He gets stuffed up the middle there. Big number 62 puts the crunch on him for Chino. Ryan Aker.
Yeah, definitely a little confusion between the quarterback and the handoff, the running back and the handoff there. So they're going to work that out. They'll be fine.
Ryan Aker, he's one of the guys that does such a great job for him on defense. They got so many talented players on defense. Chino does. He's just one of them. Brian Earl, 7.5 sacks. He's probably the quickest guy in the defensive line there. Cedric Ellis, defensive lineman. He forced last week's fumble against Downey in the playoff game. From the top CF lineman, they got a lot of talent, this Chino defense does. Oh man.
46.
Took a thundering blow there. He had a good head of steam going and got a quick physics lessons. It looked like they're
Jason
number
Smart, boy. Yeah. Just gave him the smart hit right there.
Yeah, he
just
did.
Laid him out.
That's the last play of the 3rd quarter. As a ball carrier gets a little physics lessons. A little physics lesson compliments of Jason Smart.
Yeah, well, he just takes this ball, a little reverse underneath, and boom, just takes him out hard. What a great hit, great tackle.
A little bit of Damien football history for you. Again, Coach Larson coached them from 75 to back all the way till 1992, or pardon me, till 97. Pardon me. Won a CF championship in 1977. Tied for a CF championship in 1982. Again, got to the CIF final in 85, but lost to the league rival, baseline league rival Claremont, 37-22. In 87, I think they only went 1 round in the playoffs, but that was the year. It was kind of an interesting year that they and Claremont and Glendora all finished 6-1, and they shared baseline league title that season. Each school split against the other 2. 1990 was actually the first year that Damien lost to league rival Glendora. They went 3-7 that year, 3-4 in the playoffs, but just missed the playoffs last week of the season. 1991, they lost the semifinals. 92, they beat Glendora. That was the first time they were ever beaten by Glendora here at Damien, years and years ago. Davila puts it up and incomplete. It was intended for the pass receiver, was the tight end. He was in between 2 defenders. The guy that was trying to get to it valiantly was Kyle Lawrence. And Kyle, I think he's only had 1 catcher tonight. It's not really his fault that he hasn't got many catches because the passes towards him today have been off target, incomplete.
Yeah, I'm thinking something might have happened there. They're usually, when they run that type of play action, there's usually a low wide receiver and 1 deep, and the tight end was a deep one. I'm wondering if that low wide receiver just got nailed and couldn't get out of the backers run there.
So Damien calls timeout. It's decision-making time for them on 4th and 6, and they're inside the 50 and kind of decision-making time. Your coach, your head coach, would you?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Punt to pin him back, or what?
I'm going to pin him back here. The only reason why is because if I don't get it, then they get the ball and they score. You pretty much put the nail in the coffin there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punt it down there, try to trap them inside the 5-yard line, make them play perfect ball. It's going to take them a lot of plays, hopefully, to get in the end zone from that deep back.
The ever tough Sierra League, which Damien is in, consists of Ayala, the league champion, Diamond Bar. I won a CF championship, I believe, in 1999, and I think maybe last year too. Diamond Bar. Damien, of course, is in it. Nogales, West Covina, and Roland High School. This league will change, and actually, Chino will enter this league next year, as CF will be leagued throughout the entire Southland, throughout the entire southern section. Next season's 2002 Sierra League will be made up of Chino, Diamond Bar, which is a 3,800 populated school, 3,800 students. Ayala, 3,600. Damien High School, Glendora will enter this league. and the new high school, Canyon Hills, will come in, and then the next year after that, 2003, there'll be another school that will join in. So eventually it'll be a 7-school league. And of course, your 7-school league, eventually, which this league will be, that can be tough because that can make some major scheduling problems. And also Chino Hills High, that's right, Chino Hills High will join in varsity football. That'll be the first year of fielding a varsity team, which will be 2003. So the Sierra League is changing, as CIF is changing.
And that's good. I mean, change it. So many years you play the same schools, but a lot of things happen. I mean, the population goes up, population goes down.
Things change.
You're very competitive, for a number of years, and for whatever reason you might not be as competitive anymore. So, everything needs to be rechanged and re-looked at every once in a while.
Well, CIF tries to do things according to school population and geographics as much as they can, and talent level. Those are the three main factors that go into. A fake punt, look out. They stamp it to the short man. He puts it out in the flat. Oh, man, he gets creamed. They had the right idea. He was running for it on target, but what a great blow. It was intended there for 24 A.J. Herrera. Oh, he took a thumping from Ken Williams. Mr. Herrera, meet Ken Williams.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. They got a penalty, put him back there a little bit further, and they would have to have a perfect play for that one to work because it was about 12 yards. Maybe about 6 or 7 yards they could have done it, but hey, you go for it. You're going to leave it all on the table, and that's sure what Coach Pasquarella did, and we'll find out if he can hold him here.
All right, 1st and 10, wide split receivers, I formation. This is Alomo fighting and scratching and clawing for yards. He gets plastered there by big number 67 for the Spartans. I'm surprised he's not in on more stops here tonight. This guy's a big guy. Travis Sousa. Sousa is a defensive lineman, 6 foot, 250-pound senior. He is also one of the captains. Does a fine job on that one.
Yeah, it just didn't go anywhere. Everyone stayed home right there. And one way Damien's been getting hurt is they've been chasing a little too much, and he's been bouncing it. But that time they stayed at home, forced him back inside, and they were able to make the play with the short yard gain.
Kevin Glab in the 10 games, or might have been the 9 games. I'm not sure if I'm looking at stats that include last week's playoff game, but he's 67 for a 94 this year. That's a pretty good percentage of completions. This is a pitch back to Flo. Flo dashes his way to the left side. Down he goes after a few yards are gained.
Yeah, just a little pitch out to the outside there. He had 2 guys out in front of him leading the way and stuck it up the middle. Probably could have bounced it out, but hey, I'm not playing. I'm not going to claim the play.
Sousa made the stop. Also had one of his teammates swimming nearby. Flo does some damage for a few more yards.
Yeah.
Clock is ticking. We're inside 11 minutes to go here in the game. We're in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 4. Chino taking their time on the huddle, and why not? Stamping the ball for the Damien 42. They're in decent field position. They want to keep this ball churning on the ground. Make that clock your friend.
Yeah, this is Damien's biggest play here.
Wing right, but they go down the middle here. Look out, Flo carrying guys with him. And he's got enough for the first down. That's what they wanted. They needed about 40, got about 6.
Yeah, just right up the middle. Just went right up the middle.
Up the
gut. And pounded it open. And first down, that's a big first down, especially coming off that fake.
That was a money play there, folks. And, every play counts, and this is one of them because I say we'll take another look at it. Here you see
just pounding. Look at his legs driving. He's taking 3 or 4 people down there.
Not bad. Ken Williams made a nice block there for him, number 56. First and 10 from the 35. I think it's Alomo. Alomo might have gotten a yard if that. Man, he got clobbered there by Nevin Flores, who's a defensive lineman. He's a senior.
Yeah, went right back up the middle again like they did last first down. Look for that pitch coming out here. Looked like they got a system going on right here, but it's working, so what the heck.
Yep. Chino Cowboys, no rush to get back to the huddle. They want to knock off every second off that clock. You're going to see them take some long counts here. Why not?
See if they can take 10 plays and wind this thing down. That'll be good for them.
High formation, 2 receivers to the right of Glab. Down the middle goes the ball carrier, still churning his feet there. Not bad. That was carried there by number 38. They got a couple guys besides Alomo and Flo. That was Frank Hernandez. Again, he's a senior fullback. Looks every bit of a fullback. Classic build of a high school football fullback as he blasts his way forward for a couple more. Keeping on the ground, keeping the yardage, keeping the ball moving, and keeping the clock moving.
Yeah, boy, give that to the big fullback. Let the big boy run. Sure enough, with that big lineup there, heck, he'll pound it in there. Here they are.
Chino.
They're just...
Let's see, their right guard is big number 72. Ryan Parks, that is one big guy. That's the kid that everybody's after. Strong side is definitely the right side. The wing side's the left. Look out, little play action here. Puts it up. A nice pass there. Is it complete? No catch. The ball was a stretching attempt to get it there by McFoy. Incomplete.
Great play there. Just a little play action. I mean, usually on 3rd and 7, you're going to expect some type of pass, but with Chino running so well, I mean, they could even get away with play action down here. Sure enough, they did. And had a good opportunity to convert that, but just didn't make
Boy, that was
the
a little out of his reach, but this guy's got a great combination of speed and moves and hands. He's got a little bit of everything. He's a high marks across the board type of receiver. Kevin Glad, the quarterback, this season's only had a little over 1,000 yards throwing the football, but what a sterling interceptions to touchdowns ratio. 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. Any coach will take that any day.
Oh, heck yeah, boy. I'd take that right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our ratio was a little bit different this year. We had a true freshman quarterback, did a great job for us, missed his first 4 games, but then came in strong and, like I said, won the last 5 of 6. So
Damien, Chino calls timeout as they take a breather. And,
yeah, it's 4th down here. I mean, they've got something to. They're probably going to pound it. You know, I don't imagine them. They're not going to kick it here.
No, there you see some of the coaches up in the Chino tower there, as we have a pan-out shot, and of course they have those traveling things that get your coaches high up. Of course, when you're at a JC game, when you got a much taller and larger stands, you usually see the assistant coaches in the press box at the top of the stands with their headsets and everything. There you see the home fans.
Yeah, they just get a lift over there, jack themselves up there, and they can. It was kind of unique because they can yell at their players all at the same time. They can take their headsets off and yell down to them. Players don't like that when their coaches are right behind them, but usually when they're in trouble, they like them to be completely on the other side of the field.
Damien, the Damien atmosphere is such a great place to see a game. You're right on top of the action. It's always a great boisterous home crowd. Regular season games, playoff games, whatever kind of games. I used to live out here. I kind of miss this area for football, but certainly brings back some good memories coming out here to see a game at Chino. All right, 4th and 5 there, and going forward formation Chino is. They go to the air. Oh, a great bat-away clutch play by number 20, Kurt Hansen, and Kurt got a nice handle on that ball. His hands go up, and the ball goes down, and the ball goes to the Damien Spartans. They will take over on downs here with 8:46 remaining.
Yeah,
that was a money play.
Definitely. What happened here, he kind of rounds his route. You see, if he rounds it, it's real easy for him to pick him up. They were trying to set a natural pick, and it just didn't happen. What they tried to do is take that inside receiver, rub him off on that background man coverage, so that would have left the guy wide open, but he missed the pick. Therefore, the guy can make the play.
Ball was on target, too, and the way Damien's been moving this football here today a little bit slowly, they need to get a score here. They're down, they're down by 9. They need 2 scores, so this is Seals. Oh, man, a collar tackle there. Slams him to the ground hard and high there is big number 76, Paul Frazier.
Yeah, this is their drive, and you see their no huddle. I don't know why they're going no huddle, maybe just to keep them off balance, but they need to run this clock down as they go down the field.
Excuse me, that was Brian Earls. My mistake. Brian Earls, number 78, not number 76. Brian Earls made the stop, the right tackle, strong side tackle. 2 yards were gotten, 2nd and 8 from their own 32. They go to the air. Look out! He's got a guy open. Oh, hit him in the hand, incomplete. A little bit he ran out of real estate there. Intended receiver was A.J. Herrera, and the sidelines caught up with him, or he caught up with the sidelines.
Yeah, I stand corrected on that. That's they actually do need to score. It's a 2-score game. I thought there was 1 touchdown there. I don't know what I was looking at, but yeah, they do need to go hurry up. They need to get this score here, but he did run out of sideline there as well.
Damien in no huddle here, and it is out of necessity. You can bet that.
Yeah.
Davila, who's had a good year
They did it great during the first half on the way there. Oh,
Davila goes there, a little bit rushed. Oh, and he was lucky that wasn't it was. It didn't hit the ground. It's intercepted by the second man that gets a hand at it, and he rolls his way all the way down. Is he in the end zone? I think he is. It's a touchdown. Yeah. Chino has scored on an interception return to blow this game wide open. Oh, man, oh, man.
Definitely some miscommunication between the wide receiver and the quarterback. The quarterback threw it. The wide receiver wasn't even looking for it. I don't know if he was supposed to be throwing to a different wide receiver or what, but it deflected. They worked that tip drill every day in practice. Sure enough, it came up big for him.
And we should probably get another look at this
one. It's a big play.
As Chino will be in here for the extra point attempt. I think that was Jason Smart.
Here's a replay on that.
Davila a little bit, he was pressured, he threw it off his back foot, and I thought it was going to hit the ground, but look who came up with it at the last moment just before it hit the real estate was Jason Smart. The kick converts, and folks, Chino now has firmly taken control of this football game. You can finally say it for the first time here, 35-19. And isn't it fitting that the defense breaks this football game open, as they've had such a great defensive performance this season all year long.
Definitely, boy, what a major turnaround. I mean, that basically dims the hopes a lot on Damien, unless something big happens, which could happen. We know this game is a crazy game, but they're not going to have a lot more opportunity to make something happen here. Damien's kind of not pumped up, and they're kind of quiet on the sideline right now.
Well, quarterback Herrera, he's got about 1,500 yards on the season. He doesn't make too many errors there, but he does there. he was trying to get something done. Let's not dig on him too much.
Oh, yeah.
He wants his team to, it's third down, it's long to go. He wants to get this drive going, and that's where sometimes quarterbacks will make mistakes. He threw it off his back foot. He was a little bit rushed, too. That wasn't his fault. And that's when mistakes happen. And alertly scoop up that ball right before it hit the ground was Jason Smart, and he goes for the touchdown.
Yeah, let's not forget. I mean, he came in and had some big passes today as well. So
that's right. He's had a good game. Ian Johnson will not get a chance to return this football. So that play obviously quiets the home Damien crowd. You can understand why. Game not totally out of reach. 8 minutes and 6 seconds remain. Crazier things have happened, but again, you need 3 scores if you're the Spartans.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're going to go out here. Obviously, they're probably going to go with the hurry up again, and I'm sure they'll come back to that jailbreak screen again. I mean, it's been a good play, and that's just an unfortunate situation right there.
No, I take that back. They're down by 16, so you need 2 8-point touchdowns, but that can be a tall order. All right, first down, 10 yards to go. Damien Spartans after the touchback at their own 20. I formation they come. 2 receivers are deep to the left of the Villa. Makes the give. He rolls to his right. Looks like he's running this. Looks like there's a planned running play, strangely enough. And down he goes. He gets dropped. Chino's defense comes up, smell like a rose once again. 49 and one of the main perpetrators on the play there for the Cowboys in blue, Cedric Ellis.
Yeah, they try to put everyone on the offense over to the left side and try to fake the left and roll it out and keep it himself. And Chino's defense wasn't going to have it. They sat home and waited for it.
Cedric Ellis this season, he's had a lot of tackles for him. He's often double teamed, but even despite all that, this guy's had a bang-up season for him. A lot of tackles. He's a quick guy, and just every school is drooling about him. They love him. All right. 4 yards were lost. Second down and 14 for Damien after that semi-busted play. I formation receivers to the left of Davila, medium to the left. And he threw it too far to the outside. Ball might have slipped, or he just threw it way too, or somebody ran the wrong route or something. It looked like the nearest receiver intended for it was Matt Mendrum, who had a bang-up first half. Kind of quiet here in the second, incomplete.
Yeah, now the quarterback's fine. I mean, he's in a desperate situation right now. He's got to get back 5 and throw. Sure enough, he does, and they just misconnect on each other.
Chino, they've got a lot of guys. They've got not a tremendous amount of seniors, although they do have a good number of returning guys that played last year and started last year. It's actually it's not a dominant. Neither of these schools is hugely dominated by seniors. But Chino, they've just got a great football program. They're from top to bottom, all the levels, and they do so well. It's a populated area. It's a growing area, and even with all the high schools that are out there in that district, they still draw in a lot of talent. On a run here, look out is Davila. Davila wanted to see some guys open downfield, but he couldn't quite do it. Finally knocking him to the ground there for Chino was Kyle Lucarello, the defensive back. He's a junior, and nice job of running downfield there was the quarterback, Nick Davila. Nick, you wanted to throw it deep, but his guys recovered. He hung on the football. He didn't make a silly mistake, but they're short of the first down.
Good coverage by the DBs. They're just kind of sitting back. Well, they're kind of in man coverage actually, and got a little pressure and had to get out of the pocket.
So in for the booting duties once again. Snap is to him there nicely. Damien's Joe Talley gets it away. Taken by Tim Krennewetter. Or nope, number 40, pardon me. Jumps past one tackle, gets past the second, still on his feet downfield. Chase out of bounds, already in Damien territory. Nice return there, about almost 20 yards there by Evan Moore, defensive back. He's a junior. And excellent field position here for the Chino Cowboys. Coach, if you're Chino, you keep the ball on the ground. There's 6:20 left. There's no reason to put the football up.
Yeah, they're not going to take any chances here. They're going to just pound it. They tried to get one with a little reverse there, neat little nifty play there. But now you're right. Let's pound it. You tell your quarterback and your wide receivers, simmer down. We're going to run this ball out. We're going to run this
formation,
out.
Wing to the left, receiver to left. They go with Flo. Jacob Flo, and Flo slowed, then finally knocked to the ground there around the 37, 38-yard line. Good scamper. Flattened there by Damien's number 26 here, David Luckett. Getting lucky on that play.
Damien's probably going to put about 10 in the box now. They're going to try to slow that run down if they can, and if they can't, Chino's got exactly what they're looking for.
Well, they know the run is coming, and the question is, can you stop it? You know what? They haven't done a great job at stopping it here tonight.
And I look at those Chino offensive linemen.
They are humongo.
They're just dominating. They're good players.
Inbound split backfield here for Chino. Tailback Flo gets it. Good head of steam going there as he churns it out for a few more, maybe about 2 or 3. Down he goes. Compliments of Damien's 25 there, Dorian Green. Swarming amongst him, besides Green, was also number 67, Travis Sousa. And they move the sticks, and that's smart if you're Damien, because this will move the ball and this will move the clock.
Yeah,
we're inside 5.5 minutes.
The only question the coaches are asking, should we go right or should we go left middle? You know,
Yep.
They're just trying to pound it out. They got 5 minutes left. And, you know, they're running so well. Actually, 2 plays for a first down, and about 8 plays that might be in the end zone there. Unless now Damien's going to go for a stop. Obviously, they're going to try to pack them in there.
All right. Looks like they got 2 tight ends are in, 1 receiver. This is Flo off to the left side, off to the races. Look out. Gets a first down on first down, gets slammed inside the 25 to about the 23. And they are doing some good damage here, churn that ball on the ground. Knocking him to the ground there was John Galaz. We're going to take a look at it real quick here.
Yeah, Chino's feeling real comfortable with the left side of their
there.
line right there. I mean, they keep running the same play over, just pounding on that left side, and they should. They're doing a good job at it.
Looks like Sean Fite, F-I-T-E, was also involved in that stop. As the Chino Cowboys just keep on churning it out. Well, Coach, the old adage is games are won in the trenches. This is a classic example of that saying.
Definitely. What a great battle in between the trenches with Chino's offense and defensive line. And I'll tell you, Damien's playing some good football as well. I mean, they're just being overpowered, you know. You can't ask much from Damien, much more than Damien's already doing. They're doing a great job, just they're being overpowered a little bit.
Flo goes off to the right side, maybe gets a couple yards. He was slowed by John Galaz and then finally cracked to the ground for good by C.J. Cabanero. As, again, Chino with the ground game here. It's been all them in the second half. They, boy, for a game that started off in an interesting way with Chino with a long Damien with a long methodical drive against Chino, it's been pretty much since then all Chino.
Absolutely. Ever since the second half, Chino's kind of taken over and started pounding, and there it is again.
Flo some more yards, maybe 5 more as he gains yards as he falls down. Mr. Moneyman, I don't have a weight or a height on Flo, but I'm going to stab a guess and say he's about 190, about maybe just 5'10", 5'11". He packs a punch, though. He's a good runner.
Yeah, he's stocky, and he'll pack a punch. He gets down low, and he never goes for an easy way out. He's going to lower his shoulder. He's going to hit you.
Yeah, he's tough. I like him. Well, Chino threatening once again here against Damien late in the game. We're inside 4 minutes, 35-19, and they have the football, and they have the lead, and they have control. Boy, who's the defensive lineman?
Yeah, they're just, like we said, the left side of the line. The refs are keeping that, actually just got to, they're keeping that clock going, actually.
Well, the Cowboys have a good combination of team speed on offense and, of course, their backfield guys in the defense. This is one of the top-rated lines coming in the beginning of the season. And Coach, you can see why.
Oh, yeah. They've got great feet, good movement. Their pad level stays low. They punch. They've been coached very well, obviously.
They've been blessed with a healthy year on the line and pretty much everywhere. On a scamper here. Looks like he's in the end zone. Yes, he is. Touchdown. Chino once again. Oh, wow. Look at that. Rich Powers, his second touchdown night. He's in from 7 yards out. And the Chino Cowboys now in a game which they're going to come away a winner, 41-19.
Yeah. Dominated run here. They just go the power to the right side. Watch the backside guard come up there. Just... Yeah, you know, the other thing, you know, the Damien coaches, they've got to face 2 things now. I mean, there's a lot of seniors out there that this may be their last game, and that's the way they look at it is, you know, this is their last game playing for Damien. A lot of emotions fly at this time. But my hat goes off to the Damien sophomores. Seniors. You played your butts off, and don't let that hold you down because, you know, you got other places to play. Citrus.
Could be. Well, they got a lot of guys coming back. You're not going to get everybody, Coach.
Yeah.
Low throw there, incomplete. Tightly covered there by Chino's Tim Cronawater. It was intended there for AJ Herrera, incomplete. But yeah, Damien will be returning a significant number of guys. They do have some seniors, but very few. Dominantly a junior team, and even a sprinkling of sophomores. They'll have a few guys moving on and graduating. But again, a lot of guys will be coming back, so it'll be look to be a year that they might even be able to contend even better and on a higher level.
Oh, definitely.
This game could set some precedents because these schools will be meeting again once again as league rivals, as they were for so many years in the baseline league. Now, again, starting next year, as the league will change, and Chino will enter it. I formation they come here on 2nd and 10 from their own 26. Oh, man, he gets slammed back and hard. Oh, man, he took a thumping on that one. Wow. Big number 62 crashing in there and wreaking havoc is Ryan Aker.
Yeah, that Chino defense right now is just trying to put the exclamation mark on this thing, saying, hey, you know, we've had a big hand in this, and we're going to finish this game out. That's the way they're thinking right now. And offensively, you're still going to try for a first down, obviously, and try to go down and put some points on the board, even if it's not for pride, something.
So the winner of, I forget who was playing, Dominguez High School and whoever they were playing tonight is going to be the next opponent for the Chino Cowboys in the third round, the semis. 3rd and 12 from their own 24 for Damien. Wing right, 2 receivers to the right. Little hesitation on Davila's part. Little pressure comes up. Look out. Down he goes. Oh, wow. 3 guys on the sack. Wow. 49 and 62. 49 for Chino is Cedric Ellis. 62 is Ryan Aker, 2 of the major all-stars here in the defense for Chino. They've done such a fantastic job for these guys all year long, and they continue their domination defensively.
Yeah, just tribute the defensive secondary there for Chino. I mean, they blanketed those wide receivers, and the quarterback just really had no one to go to, and that's called a coverage sack there.
Again, the alignment for Damien tonight, Jace Javera, senior, played last season on the varsity. Mike Miles, junior, honor roll student. Jason Magalinas, junior, JV player in 2000. Josh Martin, junior. He's a right guard and right tackles. Connor O'Brien, he's an honor roll student as well. Those guys, unfortunately, but the guys have been dominated by the Chino defensive line tonight here. Punt, decent punt. Downfield it goes. Oh, look out. Bobbled a little bit, then he gets control of it. On the return, here's Quantawater. Quantawater still on his feet, absorbs one hit, stays on his feet. Look out, what a great sense of balance, and what a run. Oh, he's down about the 35-yard line before he's finally dropped.
What a return. What a runner, my gosh. Just the balance and the guy's smooth. He's a snake. He's just sly out there. It's great to watch a runner like that.
And he gets outside so nicely and moves so well. You know what? Chino, they get it done in so many different ways. That's why I like them. They're so versatile.
Very
I mean, the
much
outside running, the inside runs, the blocking, the linemen, the defensive line. This is a great team all the way around. It's not mainly one big star. It's a lot of guys that have a lot of talent that play so well together. And you know what? This is the type of team that can advance and definitely have the potential to get to the final. This is a squad that they've had a few mistakes here tonight with penalties. They're just going to take a knee and call it a night.
Definitely.
And that'll be the end of the ball game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, boy, they've got the offense, they got the defense, and the special teams. I mean, those are and they take great pride in all 3 of them, and they do very well at all 3 of them. They're going to be a tough team to beat here.
And don't underestimate their passing game too, because McFoy, this is a receiver that has got some great hands and some great speed. He's had about 37, 38 catches his way this season. He's got about, I think, 5 touchdowns receiving, 2 now after today, running the ball. And if you force them to throw, they can hurt you that way too. They haven't had to use it as much as they've had to. But don't count that part of their game out. Although they underuse it, it's still there.
Right. I mean, any team that can run that well is going to be dominant. So.
And ladies and gentlemen, as they take a knee and call a night, the city of Chino is up in smoke. The Cowboys will advance to the semifinal rounds of the playoffs in Division II CIF Southern Section football. As the Damien Spartans here, unfortunately, end their